Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Nope, wait. Okay, I guess we're live. The transition didn't work.
Oh no! Oh, sorry.
Oh,
You're supposed to-
classic us.
It's like I need to do it again just because it makes me mad.
All right, do it again. Do it. Yeah, because they
Now
need
we're
to see that shit.
Yay, now it's
All right,
real.
all right, can they
Now it's
hear us
real.
though? Can they hear us?
Yeah, they can hear us.
Really bad tendency to do that, so I just want to make sure I'm not doing that. All right.
They can hear us. We're good.
Okay, well, good evening, Clairvoyants. That's you players. And you
Okay.
folks
Hey.
being magnificent. And welcome to Chromatic Chimera. We're so excited to have you here for the premiere of our new flagship show, WovenRealm. As things here were dominated by Steam Spell and Agora's Bells in the past 2 years. But those stories have been told, and it's time to close the books on those tales and beginning an exciting new one by kind of maybe taking pages from both of them and putting them into one book. That's kind of the concept here. For those of you who have seen what we've put on offer, you can expect what you came for. The usual, you know. For those of you just joining us, if you enjoy 13th Age, deep RPG stories with a character-driven narrative, an interesting homebrew setting with deep lore, and the complicated human stories being told in actual play, you certainly have come to the right place. But enough from me for a moment. Why don't we take a moment to introduce this wonderful cast who will be the stars of WovenRealm. So, when we go around, tell us who you are, who you will be playing, what you're most excited for in the upcoming campaign, and tell us what has led your character to joining us at Madame Curio's. Chris, why don't you go first?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Chris. At some point, I will also be DMing, but for now, I am playing Soren Silverthorn, the half-elf bard. I am selfishly very excited to play a bard because I haven't played one in a while, and it's like my favorite class, so I'm excited for that. So Soren has ended up at Madame Curio's after his family told him, enough of telling other people's stories, it's time to go tell your own. so he has set out to tell his own story.
Love it. AJ, why don't you tell us who you are, who you'll be playing?
I will be playing Constance, and what were the prompts again? Heck. Constance, she, her. She's a Holy One Paladin, which is like an Aasimar, essentially.
You can just call it an Aasimar, it's okay.
Okay, it's that, or it's a Holy One, which is what it says on the on the camera box. I am very excited to finally get to play in a long-term campaign with Noir, for one. And I'm just so excited to play more with the rest of these goons who I love so much. And Constance is traveling to Madame Curio's because she was sent by her small community, who all know something of what's going on in the world and have entrusted the mission to her.
Very nice. Sam.
Hey everyone, I am Sam. I go by they, them pronouns. I will be playing Stars of Emerald, aka Emmy, who goes by they or she pronouns interchangeably. Emmy is a Felper or a catfolk monk. I am really excited to have all of the admins together in a game, and also to hopefully get my ship trash shit on. So
I don't have my captain's
let's
hat
go.
with me,
Next time. And as for what brings Emmy to Madame Curio's, they are on the search for a missing family member. So they're trying to follow up on that.
Alrighty.
I think Noir is up above me in the overlay, so.
Sure, Noir, take it away.
Hey, everybody. I'm Noir. I go by he, him pronouns. Shaw, however, goes by he, they. Shaw is a dragon spawn. He's not like dragonborn. He looks very humanoid-ish, just with some dragon sprinkled in there. Also, he is a fighter. What's he excited for? A fight.
And what are you excited for, though?
What am I excited for? A fight.
Absolutely valid.
I'm very excited to see where this goes. I can't get too deep into the character right now, but there are some questions that the character and the player have about themselves. So I'm very excited to see what answers the GMs cook up when I tell them to just go nuts. As for what brings them to Madame Curio, Emmy. Emmy told me to go here, so
That's where we're going. All right, and Lucy.
Hi, folks. I'm Lucy. I'm playing Azara Solaris, the half-Eladrin cleric, she, her. I'm probably most excited about exploring the party dynamics. We've discussed all of our characters beforehand, and I'm so excited. They're all so cool. And, I've played some long-term campaigns with most everybody here except Noir, so I'm so excited to be back with them. I'm really excited to play with a new person. I can't wait. Azara came to Madame Curio's because she is on a quest from her god, and she received a vision telling her to come to Trevenza.
All right. One moment, please. All right, there we go. Where'd my notes go? There they are. All right, finally, I am the one known as Mr. Puddins. You can call me Alex. I'm going to be starting off in the role known as the Game Master. I might refer to myself as the narrator or storyteller sometimes, and I will often do that. So I'll be weaving the tale, directing action, controlling monsters, and playing as the NPCs. But I will also be a player because we're going to have a rotating GM thing going on with this. And when I'm playing, I will be playing as Fenris Amarak, who is essentially a tiefling. They call him Demon Touch 2 in the book, druid. And he will be joining at a later point. And I am excited to play with these wonderful people, and I am running wild with ideas this go around because I can. And I'm excited because I'm gonna get to run some stuff I haven't ran and I've wanted to for a long time, but it just didn't fit in a campaign. So what leads me to the Bizarre Bazaar is that I am going to be Madame Curio tonight, so, that's where we will begin then. Today's date is Ishkama the 16th, 2nd Sun 1871. Power sought, unbroken tether, two worlds became one. Separate realms woven into a single tapestry, mixing parts of each other, forming the lands of Everencia. Home. Your home is somewhere on this world. Everencia, to the average inhabitant, the realm is a place steeped in both old magic and now a burgeoning new technological rise in some of these regions. It's a world where the gods both conflict with each other and may sometimes interfere in the lives of these mortals. To the average inhabitant, this realm has always been this way. It's always been Everencia. One realm, one place, one home. But it was only about, give or take 30 years ago that the Convergence took place. Two separate worlds from two separate realities somehow were connected, and with powerful cosmic forces were combined to form one realm. These worlds were Everin, of Steam Spell fame, and Talencia of Agora's Bells fame. They became Everencia, the WovenRealm. And to know this about them is to know the absolute truth. And to know the absolute truth is to be clairvoyant. Regardless of where you find your home in this realm, be it the splendid city of Maywood, the harsh deserts of Dragon Sand, or perhaps the silver mists infested with lycanthropes, you don't fit in. Where everyone is blissfully unaware to the world's absolute truth, you're able to see it, for you are clairvoyant. Special individuals who are able to see past this fabric of the deception of the realm. Their existence is often a tortured and lonely one. The very fabric of space and time are wrong due to this eldritch combination of realms, and only you can see this. Your friends, family, hell, even strangers, no one would ever believe you, or at least most folks wouldn't. Who are you supposed to talk to when everyone is convinced of the reality around them? It is here we turn to our characters. We introduce them, find them on their respective journeys, for they have traveled far and wide, seeking knowledge about their clairvoyance and the absolute truth. And for some time, it seemed your search was in vain. This was until your journey led you somewhere, to someone who may be able to help you with your condition, or with the answers that you seek. Madame Curio in the treetop village of Trevenza. Perhaps the Madame holds the answers to the secrets of clairvoyance. She could potentially be a quack claiming to understand something far beyond her comprehension. Or she may simply be the arcane artifact collector and trader the sign says she is. But one thing is certain. You cannot prepare yourself or yourselves for what destiny has in store for you at the Bizarre Bazaar. Soren's book tells him that the Madame Lenore Curio often finds herself bringing folks with a fate together and bringing them into the fold. And this is where I will turn things back over to my players here to introduce their characters truly, describe what they look like, where are they coming from, and what has your journey to Trevenza looked like so far?
Does anyone want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, I'm playing Azara. She is a half-elven woman. She is pretty average height, recently turned 20, though her, sorry about the dog, the serious bearing and sort of stiff, rigid posture makes her seem older. She's this pale purple hair that falls just past her shoulders, this dark, tawny, bronzish skin, kind of austere features and these big, striking purple eyes that seem to shift shades in the light. She is dressed entirely in white with bronze accents, from the high collar of her flared coat to her spotless knee-high boots. It's kind of impressive she's made it this far in this pure white outfit, and she still looks very crisp. She has this thick, sturdy coat with this flared skirt. Someone is calling me. I'll call them back in a minute. is these really sharp, crisp seams, somewhere between like almost military and cut, sort of clerical with the high collar. These double lines of shiny bronze buttons, flared sleeves, this wide belt that bears the symbol of the astral star, her god, white leggings, white gloves, and she has a spear and a javelin across her back. I don't think she's come that far so far, because she is from right on the border of Old Pashnu, so it's not that far from Trevenza. I don't have my map up. Alex, I cannot hear you. You are muted.
I can pull it up for us in our
Thank you.
fancy roll 20 screen. Cue tech change.
Yeah, that might help.
So here is our lovely map of all the territories on the continent known as Maywicht. There's a lot of them. I like world building. So our campaign will take place in this wonderful region between the Maywood Protectorate and Urgavel and the Duchy of Balin. Sounds really familiar, doesn't it? So Izara, you're coming from Old Passion. You're kind of coming just from like the east or the northeast at the most. So you're not too far from where the campaign begins.
Okay, yeah, so she hasn't come that far, and she was able to afford to pay someone to take her across the borders because she has funding from the religious order she belongs to. Not a lot, but enough to get her to Trevenza without too much trouble.
Okay. Alrighty, thank you. I believe that was all the questions. Yes, okay. Next.
I can go, I guess, or did you want to go, Noir? I saw you unmute first.
Oh no, I saw you unmute, so I'm just like, we're gonna do this.
It's a race. Sure. I'll kick us off and then kick it to you.
I got you.
So I guess you see Stars of Emerald is a small fell per only about 5 feet tall with long, shaggy tortoise shell calico fur. Their face has a split pattern so that the right half is darker fur than the left, and they have bright, vibrant green eyes that are probably a little bit bloodshot and tired looking right now. Their left ear has a pretty nasty looking tear in it that is currently all healed up. They're wearing some baggy asymmetrical layers of these tank tops that are in a teal and goldenrod yellow color, and they have darker baggy pants that are wrapped up in some tighter compression like wraps around their feet paws, and they have some darker compression gloves on their arms and wrists. They're carrying a glaive that they kind of lean heavily on with each step that they take, but as they move, they have a wide, lazy-looking smile across their face. In their hands, they're holding a square metal disc with some strange markings on it, and there's a slightly glowing rock that's spinning slightly, and Emmy's sort of looking down very intently at it, turning over their shoulder to say something to Shaw, who can describe next. See how I did that?
Yeah, you know what? That's cool. That's professional love right there. So Shaw is this gigantic, about 6'2" dragon spawn. He looks like a normal human being, except for the fact that he wears dark makeup around his eyes to kind of hide the golden scales that are on his face. He's got a big shaggy beard. The armor also hides the fact that he has scales going down his neck and in the more vulnerable parts of the human anatomy. If you look close enough, you'll see that some of the pieces of the armor are a bit mismatched. Some have been given to him as donations for stepping in and helping people. Other he has collected as trophies for winning fights. And he's got a pretty nice looking longsword and shield. And he's just kind of looming behind Emmy watching their movements curiously, clearly not understanding what's happening, but trusting the process. Shaw has piercing gold eyes, and he just looks over to Emmy. You know where we are.
I think that we're almost there. Let's just keep going this way and see where it takes us.
Sounds good to me. He just nods and continues following.
All right, beautiful. Thank you. All right, we have 2 left to describe their journey. And their characters, of course. That is also important.
I could go next if Soren is okay with saving the best for last. So Constance is she looks very human, but she has like a kind of a glow to her skin that kind of betrays that maybe she's not entirely human. But she knows that. That's not an unusual thing for her. Her hair is cut into a short, wavy, dark brown bob, and she's wearing a white and blue dress that has golden armor pieces over it, and she carries a very big pole arm that looks like a very long mace spear thing. And she is completely bewildered as she's entering the town and wandering around, because she grew up in a very, very small community, and so seeing so many different people and so many different things to experience, and oh my goodness, I smell something I don't think I've ever smelled that before. And she's just wandering through town trying to find where this fabled Madame Curio shop is.
Thank you. Sorry, I am neck deep in chat. So, Chris, it's just you. Soren, tell us.
Soren. Yeah, I'm playing Soren, he, him pronouns. Soren is... Where's his appearance? There it is. Soren is 5'10". He has an average build. He's not overly muscular, but he is toned. He has light skin that is very lightly tanned. Soren has shoulder-length white hair, but often wears it up in a top knot or a bun or even a ponytail of some sort. He has dazzling blue eyes and a bright white smile to match. He wears a cloth fingerless glove on one hand, and in his other hand, as he walks, he currently has a book open, and he's reading a story to himself. He wears loosely fitting, flowing robes of lavender and white. And the most striking thing about him, though, is he wears 12 different rings on his 10 fingers, 2 on each pointer fingers. The rings are beautiful and valuable all in their own way, but they somewhat stick out and clash with the muted colors he tends to wear.
Soren, roll a d20.
Oh, fuck.
First roll.
First roll!
8. I'm setting the tone, okay?
Ooh, how perfect. All right, perfect. So, Soren, the tale you are reading is titled Absinthe Morrigan, Scorned Lady of the Regrets. This tale is, it's an interesting one for sure. It kind of actually is about a group that meets at Madame Curio's Bizarre Bazaar. It's kind of almost perfect. That's like the meeting location of this adventuring party, and they're joined by one known as Absinthe. And dear reader, be known that Absinthe is the person who caused all this clairvoyance. All this, the convergence and the 2 realms being one. Know that, dear reader, who is clairvoyant. Because the book is, like, kind of talking to you and telling you the story, right? Like, and the words are, like, flashing and changing. The pictures will, like, kind of come to life as it's describing this story. What starts off as adventure until the party is led... Then the party in this story is led to the Shadowfell, the realm of shadows, and goes to this place known as the Fortress of Regrets. And that is where Absinthe Morrigan dies. At least that's what the legends say. And
I'm gonna close the book and be like, this is terribly exaggerated.
All right. So, yes, I do have a frickin' table for stories for Soren to read from his book. All right. So this is we go back now from the forests of the land to the vast plains to the seas, rivers, and ocean. Climbing mountains, navigating trails, and stopping in cities, you travel by foot, boat, beast, cart, train, airship, or any combination to reach the quiet, peaceful village. of Trevenza. A large basket set to a complex pulley system lifts you up into the magnificently tall trees. You've heard of these trees, the arched trees. They grow magnificently taller than the rest of the trees in the forest. It's not uncommon for villages to form in these, much like Trevenza. So you rise far above the forest floor, up into the canopy of these branches that reach greedily like hundreds of mighty twisted arms, where wooden buildings and walkways make up the settlement of Trevenza. You make your way through these wooden walkways, halflings flying, birds whizzing by overhead, and sometimes maybe you have to duck to avoid one of those halflings or a low-hanging bag that's being gripped tight by an elf atop a magnificently large owl. This place is a bit strange to you, I suppose, unless you've been traveling a lot. You pass a variety of shops, merchant stalls, and the Warbler's Rest Inn, but you eventually reach this strange place you were told to find, the Bizarre Bazaar. Nestled between the leaves of a tall tree is a shoddy, multi-layered construction around the trunk of the tree. It has a sod roof where a goat stares blankly down from above. You see a fluffy black cat stare at you through a window fogged over the layer of dust around the edges. A rickety sign hangs from rusted chains on the branch that arcs over the doorway. It reads, Madame Curio's Bizarre Bazaar, with a subtitle that reads, Purveyor, Appraiser, and Collector of all things magical and arcane. So this is where now I return things to you. You can enter the shop in whatever order you wish, and kind of just then I'll describe what the shop looks like as you enter. So who wants to be the first one to get there?
Me again, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably gonna be Azara and Constance who are the first people to arrive.
So the both of you arrive kind of at the same time. The wooden walkways are really busy. Instead of carts and stuff, a lot of the stuff's being flown above you, and you both meet outside this shoddy little shack. And you look at each other, and you see, you both are quite striking in appearance, I would assume. So it's very much kind of like an interesting thing that the both of you are at this place at the same time.
Oh, are you the Madame Curio?
No, I'm not. My name is Azara.
Oh, well,
Who are you?
It is wonderful to make your acquaintance, Azara. I am Constance. I am looking for Madame Curio. Are you as well?
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe we can look together.
Okay. I will walk into the shop.
So yeah, you kind of open this little thatched wooden door. The goat just kind of bleats lazily as you walk in, kind of like as a little alarm. You know how there's like the ding when you open a door, like the bell. It's just the goat. So when you enter, you're greeted by the sight of a menagerie of various trinkets, knickknacks, baubles, and doodads on shelves and cases and hanging on the walls. You hear a voice call out from far back inside the shop. Just a minute, I'll be right with yous. The cat watches you from high up on the shelf, and the clock ticks by as the two of you wait. Other players feel free to have yourselves walk in at any point that you wish.
Oh, well, I am very sorry. I did not realize that Madame Curio was so not young, and I did not mean to offend.
You didn't.
Oh, that is so good to know.
Azara falls in kind of a loose parade rest, just waiting.
May I ask you something?
Okay.
You seem rather special. Do you happen to notice anything special about me, perhaps?
You're glowing.
Yes, of course. But I meant... never mind. It's silly.
Okay.
I think this might be it, Sean. Perhaps we should take a look in here.
All right, now hold on. Now let me check this place out first. Just in case somebody wants to get started like the last one. And he just pushes the door way too hard.
We can pay for that. I think. How how much silver do you have left?
Oh, I don't recall. I'm pretty sure it's not, bro. Give me enough time. I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. I'm real good with all manners of things.
Sorry about your door. We'll get that fixed right up.
We'll buff it right out. Just a little elbow on it. It'll be
Do
fine.
not worry. It is not my door.
So yeah, so Constance and Zara just door just gets slammed open and in walks this person in just full ass armor and cat. and as you two are fussing over the door just kind of magically reforms itself, just shifting and creaking to reform itself.
I did not know that my elbow could do that. I will put that on
That's
the
really
list.
cool. Can you do it again?
I might have to break it again, and I'm not sure.
Not do that? I would appreciate it.
Ah! My fur sticks out for a second because I didn't realize there was someone else there.
So Madame Curio comes shuffling out from this bead curtain in the back. There's all colors of smoke pouring out of this rear room. And she just kind of shuffles. The cat jumps down from the shelf and jumps up into her arms, and she's petting the cat. Holds the cat in one arm while using her cane to kind of shift herself forward. And this is the Madame Curio, this short woman. She shuffles forward. She wears a large floppy green wizard's hat. She smells of musk, mushrooms, and burnt herbs as she waddles on by. In one hand, the cat, she's balancing also in one arm a tray featuring a tea set that she sets up over a small fire. She has to put the cat down. She's like, "Oh, Marlo, get down." And her clothes reflect that of a woodland apothecary, or perhaps a witch. Her sporting a necklace of chicken feet and a large droopy hat. So she's using her gem-laden cane to get around, and you notice that as she's getting the teacup set up, there's enough for all of you plus one.
Now, ma'am, I don't know you too terribly well, and I do hate to be the one to tell you this, but the jewelry that you are wearing is made of chickens.
Oh, I know. It's an old warden necklace. Keeps the poultry ghosts away.
Poultry ghosts?
Poultry ghosts. They're ghost chickens. You know, when the chicken doesn't get the slaughtering sometimes don't go so well. Doesn't sit so well with the spirit, the soul of the chicken.
Oh, I did not know that chickens could become ghosts.
Boy, it's just all animals can be ghosts.
That is so fascinating.
I guess it does make sense.
All right, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's supposed to be one more, is?
Wait.
I'm gonna walk in. As soon as Soren walks in, he's like, "Oh my goodness, thank God you're here." And he just takes his bag off and hands it to Constance. "Please hold that. I've had an exhausting journey. For you, here's all my knives, and I'll hand those to Azara. Oh, and I'll just slouch back into one of the chairs. Thank you so much. Your work is fantastic." And he'll just kind of slouch back and close his eyes for a while.
Please to be excusing me, but what am I holding?
Oh, do you not work? I'm so sorry. That's rude of me to assume. And I'll take all my stuff back. And it's just so heavy. It's hard to.
Oh, I completely understand. Would you like me to continue helping?
That would be fantastic if you're willing, actually. And I'll just hand it back to her and slouch back.
Constance just slings the bag over her shoulder. She's already carrying stuff. It doesn't matter.
I will very politely dump his knives back in his lap.
He does it not phased.
Madame Curio's pouring. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna fill time.
Madame Curio begins filling up teacups for everyone, and she begins handing them out. Let's see. She will refuse any requests for anyone to help her prepare a cup of tea. The room quickly fills with the smell of lemon and chamomile, and a calming lavender wafts through the atmosphere as the madam lights up candles around. She places a large wrapped book softly onto the table. She begins gathering you around. She slowly unwraps it and carefully opens it. A stream of dust and musty old book smells swirling into the air. She runs a finger over the pages.
Oh, yes, I know about you. Clairvoyance, yes? Is that what it is that brings you all here on the
Yes, yes. I am clairvoyant. I have heard that there is another. Is the other here?
Oh, honey, don't get too excited. There's a whole bunch of yous out there. It's just a matter of finding yous.
Oh, where is the other?
Well, why don't you say hello to all these fine folks around you?
Hi.
Hello.
You are all special?
I don't know if I would go that far, but
And sometimes I breathe fire.
Oh, but
oh, it's really cool.
you all know the absolute truth?
Yep, I think
I-
I've read that one.
I'm not familiar. Is this a story? I love stories.
If you are referring to the unnatural binding of two realms that do not belong together, then yes.
Oh, everything's weird. Yeah.
Constance's eyes just light up like stars, and she's like, oh goodness, oh, there are so many of you. Oh my goodness, you are so many new friends. I am so pleased to meet each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I am so excited.
Okay. Well,
Hi. I'm Stars of Emerald. It is so nice to meet you too.
I'm sure we're friends now.
Yeah. You can call me Emmy. My friends can all call me Emmy, and if we're all going to be friends, then that is what you should call me
Look,
now.
I never said all yours had to be friends. You just kind of all showed up at my shop and...
Oh.
Well,
Now that I like. I'm
And he like deflates a little.
I just saw the aura. These clairvoyants, they all have a tendency to stop in once in a while to hear, oh, what does old Madame Curio got to say?
And what do you have to say?
It depends what you're asking, Mike.
And I have a chicken necklace.
Oh, I could get you one, 25 silver.
Pardon. When you say that there have been many who have stopped by before, have there ever been others who look kind of like me, but maybe with yellow eyes?
Oh, I see a lot of Felper stopping through here, darling. I'm sorry, there's not much. They all just kind of come and go. Some of them are a little more memorable than the others. So none of them ever come to actually shop. And I know a customer when I see one. So I guess Jaws was clairvoyant. The only one who... Yeah, never mind.
I don't have much,
Look, that's why you're here, though. It's the clairvoyance, right, love?
I suppose so. I was following,
And they just sort of like shake this big flat disc they're still holding in their hands.
I'd love to appraise that someday, if that's what led you here. Oh, it looks like a mighty special piece.
well, thank you very much. I love it very much, but I need it right now. Maybe when I am done, someday I can bring it back and you can take another look. Do you know anything about it?
Well, if you ever want to unload it and take it off your paws, I'll be more than happy to give you a fair price for it.
Oh, well, not right now, at least.
No, and then he actually like clutches it to them for a minute.
All right, darling. Take it easy now. Oh, so clairvoyance is why you're here. We can appraise compasses another time.
Oh, okay, sorry, it's just... It means a lot.
Or you there, with the scaly bits.
A few things. One, I ain't got no silver.
Well, that's why you're here. You're not here to buy anything. You're here to... you want the chicken necklace, right?
But I fight real good. So if you need somebody fought, you let me know where they're at, and I go fight them. And also, do you know me?
Oh, I've heard of... I've heard of you.
Well, yes, I know you now. You are Shaw. We are friends.
I don't mean to be rude.
We are friends.
But none of us came here for petty trinkets. There's time for this later.
Oh, yes, of course. The mission. The absolute truth. The mission we must go on as clairvoyants, as chosen. We must repair the planes.
Dearie, I don't share your gift. I have different gifts. I just have arcane sight. I just know a clairvoyant when I see one, and I've read some things, and because there's more to the weave of chaos that meets the eye and all, yes. They all tell me, right?
I mean, it is true. I did not come for the trinket, but now I am fixated on that trinket.
All right.
I was sent here for a reason. Can you help or not?
Well, it depends. What were you sent here for, love? I'd love to help you. This is just... You haven't really asked a very specific... None of you have really asked a specific question besides him points at Shaw, dangling the chicken necklace.
I mean, how frequently are chicken ghosts gonna be a problem?
Are you a chef, mate?
Oh, that is a very good question.
We don't know. You could
Maybe
be.
You're fine.
I think I might have been a chef.
Just look, don't be cooking no chickens over any of them old druid grounds, okay?
But I love chickens.
Yeah, just not over the druid groves, my... Oh, boy. Your adventures are going to be very successful, my dear friend. Now, does anyone actually have a question, or... Because I do have some customers that are beginning to line up outside.
I have a question.
All right, then out with it.
How do we fix the realms?
Oh, if I knew that, I would have told you already.
Oh, but
I
that
don't
is...
really know.
But that is why I came here.
Well, you see, that's the thing. It's gotta be, from all my readings, it's gotta be clairvoyants who fix the realms, right?
Well, yes, of course.
So, but the problem is no one really knows how, but
Oh.
I've been coming up with a mean think. But I don't know if I can support my theories, yeah, or my whole part of this. But that's where you comes in, my dear friends. You all look quite capable, right? And you're itching to make some mean silver. I mean, you said you broke, so I know.
Oh.
Look, ever since Triss left, I don't got no muscle.
Oh, Shaw has lots of muscle.
I am literally covered in muscles. There's no problem for me to spare the muscles.
All right, so here's the dealio then, my friends, and this is going to help you on your quest as well. Go seek out chaos, and whatever funny magical bits you find, just bring them back to me, and maybe I'll have the answers. And you just if you do any trading, you just give me the monopolized rights on the trading and of any chaos items you might come across.
Chaos
All right.
items.
I don't
All right.
really know what that means.
Who is this chaos, and what do they look like?
All right. First of all, chaos is less of a person and more of just a primordial force, my dear friend. It's magic in nature.
Oh.
I don't do any magic.
Alright, well, I'm plenty chaotic. Am I a chaos item that you seek, so you can give us some answers?
I don't know where they are. If I knew, I would have gotten and went and found them already.
What?
He comes in.
What would a chaos item look like,
A
or
heart.
be identifiable
A
as?
heart, really.
Art.
A heart, like a
Yes.
Gross.
broad beating heart.
Like a gem heart of sorts. Here's what I've read.
Like a heart, or like a heart.
A heart, mate, my darling love. Look, like, you know, if I were to cut my chest open right now and pull it
So
out,
an anatomically correct heart.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. But it's not made of necessarily flesh. It's more of an arcane thing.
Good, because that sounds like it would be really messy.
Alright, but it might be messy. It kind of depends. Chaos is weird like that, my darling.
I don't
do
know
not-
why, but I don't think it's as messy as we might think it is. But I just get
So-
weird feelings like that sometimes.
We find these chaos items. You help us fix the world.
Wait, no, I'm not gonna help you fix the world. I'm just gonna tell you what this shit needs.
Will that help us fix the world?
Maybe, maybe not. You're taking a gamble, my friend, not me.
It does sound awful helpful.
The astral star sent me here for a reason.
And perhaps the Astral Star has all the answers you're looking for out there, and when you bring them back to me, I'll be the one to turn them into anguish for you. Or common, because we don't have anguish here.
I would not have been led astray.
I mean, fixing the world is like a pretty broad goal when you think about it. I mean,
Look, she's the one who said it, not me. Points at Constance.
Oh,
Where do we
yeah.
start?
I don't know where you start. You gotta find where the chaos is.
Ooh.
Do you?
Do we? Does chaos just happen, or is there a place we must go?
Well, I don't know, love. Chaos happens sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't.
I have heard that the entire world is chaos now, and that only a few places are still safe from all the damage that was done.
Look, you all came here. You asked me for some help, and I gave you the helps. I gave you answers. You need to go find this chaos. Now, I didn't know where to go. Look, I stay locked up in my shop all day. I don't get out much. What?
These chaos objects, would they have any kind of symptom in the world around them? Anything we could track?
Soren, you've read about chaos storms, violent magical storms that kind of just will crop up sometimes. Actually, Soren, Constance, you both passed through Badger Creek on the way here, and you remember when you stopped there, everyone was talking about one that happened like a week or like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you mean the big the big rips and the storms that happen where they should not happen?
Look, I don't. Yeah, maybe. The chaos storm's a perfect place to begin your search, I'd say.
I mean, I read this book once that said chaos was a ladder, but it didn't end well, so.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good book, mate.
Are you supposed to climb it?
I mean, it did really make sense.
Oh.
The character development just stopped, and I don't want to think about it. It makes me mad.
Oh.
It like just a little spray of flames comes out. A disappointed lick of fire.
Oh, that is so ever impressive. How did you do that?
All right. I've got customers waiting outside. Either get out. I've heard enough of you. I've given you your answers. I've given you your quests, and I'll pay you handsomely. Get out of here.
Azara will stand up and give her a very polite bow that is maybe a touch too shallow to be sincere, and turn and start walking away.
Yeah, but you can come back only when you got something good for me.
Okay, we will be sure to return with something good. And she will do like a quick kind of clumsy curtsy, trying to copy what Azara was doing, but failing horribly at it, and bound after her out the door.
Oh, we ain't got a curtsy, do we?
I don't know. Do we? We can. Would you prefer?
And Madame Curio actually comes up close to. I mean, now I was serious about the compass, darling. I'd love to take a look at that sometime for you. It looks like a very special Felper artifact.
Oh well, thank you. It really is. It was a gift, so I would not be looking to part with it. But
sentimental value. Yeah.
yes, if there is any information you might have about it, I don't really know too much. So, where it came from really or anything like that.
The problem is, love, is I can't. It definitely is Felper in origin. That I can tell. Probably maybe from the first caravans. The pro. That's all I can really tell. Beyond that, any sort of arcane testing or looking for enchantment would require a rigorous set of appraisal processes, involving powerful magics. I'd have to charge you for the service.
Thank you. That is. How much would such a service cost?
Oh, no,
just when I am able to.
The average probably 200 silver is usually what you'd be looking at to run an identification appraisal on a magical item. Look,
thank you.
Yeah, you got anything you need to figure out? I'm happy to take a look and tell you what it is.
Yes, I just do not have the silver right now, but that is good to know, and I will save up. So thank you very much.
All right, and you're welcome. Now, and you, sir, kind of like taps the armor. I'd probably stick to punching things.
Oh, I don't punch. Emmy punches real good, real good. Like.
Oh, you know what,
thank you.
Man, just throws a dismissive arm as she turns around.
No, I stab things till they stop moving.
He's really good at it.
And as she's shuffling by Soren, she kind of grabs his hand.
If you're ever looking to unload any of these now, ooh, I'd pay a pretty pair of silver for those.
He's just gonna like drag his hand really quickly away from her very rudely and say, just so you know, if anything goes wrong, I'm blaming you for sending me with all of that. And he's just gonna point at the other 4 off, like leaving.
You don't have to go with them. Constance was the one who decided this was a mission.
Well, she has my bag now, and I'm just gonna get up and start.
That's your fault then, mate.
As you're walking out, you see like this old grizzled wizard being welcomed into the shop.
Oh, I'm sorry about the wait. Welcome to the Bazaar.
And then that's where you begin making your way through Trevenza, my dear friends. Soren's kind of like hurriedly hustling to be like, oh shit, my stuff.
That's amazing.
He's doing the dignified run walk.
Yeah.
Power walk.
Mm-hmm.
The white people crossing the street walk.
Yeah.
Sean's just gonna give Emmy Dap going, hey, we didn't have to curtsy.
I'm glad. I don't think I would have been able to get back up again. So.
I mean, it's really hard to squat in this armor.
Right? It looks like it would be. Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose we should catch up with everybody.
Yes, I guess. I don't really know where else to go. So.
I mean, I just think it's strange that they're all like, we're friends, and then immediately run away from us.
I know. I thought we were going to hang out or something.
Right? That's what I thought, but I guess they really want to rip a heart out of chaos or something.
I mean, that does sound like a neat story, though. Let's go.
I know, right?
For the record, Azara is going to stop just outside the doors. But wait. Probably a little too close, yeah, so you have to,
Just gonna walk up. Jesus, what are you doing?
Waiting.
Waiting for what?
All of you.
Oh, that's very polite. Okay.
Oh, now that's mighty kind of you.
I find manners matter quite a lot. What was your name?
Oh, me? I'm Shaw.
Shaw.
Yes, this is Shaw. We are friends now, remember? And
Yeah,
this is
friends.
Stars of Emerald, but we may call them Emmy. And we are friends now. And you are Azara, and I am Constance. And Soren, I am still holding your bag. Would you like it back?
Well, it depends how far we go. I mean, my shoulders are... Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, okay. And she will relinquish it back to him.
Speaking of how far are we going? Anybody know where we should go exactly? That creek place?
Well, if we're going to find a Chaos Heart, as Madame Curio said, I think that's a good a spot as any to start.
So, if we're ripping hearts out of stuff, I guess it behooves me to ask, what form of violence you're all proficient in.
I find violence
none of them.
distasteful.
Well, that's good to know.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, unnecessary violence is, not great.
Of course.
That said, I can smite people with fire.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
That's I can do that but one time a day. It's real exhausting. It gives me indigestion.
Oh wow.
Azara will hold up her hand and a little bit of looks kind of like starlight will just sparkle around her fingers.
Ooh, pretty. I cannot do anything like that, but if we need to, I actually am pretty okay at punching things, so if, that is needed.
I've seen it. Just knock the man's block clean off. I mean,
well, no, I mean,
it was on his neck.
Yeah, he took a long nap for a while. I'm sure he's fine now.
It's with spinning 3 times in the air. I'm the coolest damn thing I've ever seen.
I never got 3 spins.
I tell stories and I stab things. That's basically my MO.
Ooh, you tell stories? What kind of stories? I love stories.
Oh, maybe once we're all more acquainted, I'll tell you one.
I would love to hear a story.
Yes.
Well, let me just be the first to say Mother Superior was right. But she will be so excited and pleased to hear that there are more than one other clairvoyant. I thought that there was only going to be one from the other realm, and here there's 5 of us. Isn't it wonderful?
It is, and more than I was expecting.
Yes,
Well,
great.
I'm glad there's good news for your mama.
Well,
That is
she's
nice.
not technically my mother, but I do feel that way about her. And she is also special like us. We are chosen, and she's going to be so excited when I tell her.
Well,
Nora's nodding. This makes sense to her, yeah.
Now,
Just-
Constance, what exactly are we chosen for? What does your mother say?
Yes, I would also like to know this.
Oh, me too.
Oh, Mother Superior says that it is the duty of the clairvoyants to restore the realms back to the 2 separate ones that they were. I believe that they were called Everin and Talancia.
All right, so we're all on the same page at least. I'm assuming that's what everyone's visions are like, yes?
Am
Yes.
I pronouncing those words correctly?
I never had so many specifics. I just know that things are different.
Yeah, we usually when I get visions, I get very upset.
Oh,
All right, well, please give us a warning, my friend, and then we will give you your space.
You'll probably be able to
Oh,
hear.
you'll know.
Is that when the fire happens, or is that a...
Mhm.
All right, I'm starting to figure that out.
Admittedly, the abbess is better at deciphering these things than I am, but
And is that your mother?
no.
All right. I'm learning, I'm trying.
Oh, but you
Jesus.
both work for the same mama then. Is that what's up?
No.
no, I do not believe so. I am from the village of Eternal Trust, and we produce many fibers and fabrics and yarns, and I do not believe I have ever had the pleasure of meeting Izara before, and I believe that Izara is from Evarin, and I am Talancian.
Wait, you are from the same yarn makers as that everlasting trust?
Oh, well, yes.
Oh, they make wonderful fibers, and I'll dig around in my bag, and Emmy pulls out just a ball of yarn and some knitting that, like, still has the wrapping around it with, like, the Eternal Trust logo.
I'm afraid my situation is slightly more complicated than that,
Oh,
Constance.
Oh,
Is it complicated enough to tell a good story?
yes, if you would like, you may expand upon that. I would be willing to hear.
Well, both of my parents are originally from Telencia, but my order and my god originated in Everin.
Oh, that is ever so interesting.
how do you know which is from where?
You listen?
Oh, okay.
I'm.
The stars will speak to you if you listen.
That is a good question. Mother Superior told me I was Talancian, and I believe her.
I mean, that makes sense.
I don't have any reason to believe that she would lie.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
just curious.
I've never met a liar, so...
Oh, really?
Never met one.
I find that difficult to believe.
Oh, well.
But many people lie for many reasons.
Maybe they were that good at lying that I didn't know.
Oh.
Or maybe you're a fool. We should go.
Emmy's just
Either
kind
one.
of ducking their head down a little, stepping back.
Y'all mean to each other sometimes.
Oh,
All right. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
One
Also-
Shaw's... Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't even hear you guys. Go ahead, Alex.
Oh, no worries. So, as you're passing through town, you'd pass the Warbler's Nest and Inn and Tavern, Big Al's Chemist and Pharmacy. Yeah, he made his name into a pun about being an alchemist. That's runs a local
Amazing.
pharmacy. And you also pass the Trevenza Smith and Metallurgy, yeah, that's the word, Town Hall, and down below are the docks. So what you do know is that you could take a ferry down the river, which would be a shorter journey, but it's going to cost money. Something that I heard Shaw was severely lacking.
Yeah.
Or you can go by foot, and that will take about 2 to 3 days. But there is, you're going to be on the Queens Road, so that's a pretty well-maintained and well-kept road, so it's not like it's a bad road to be on. And it's said to be there's an inn on this road. Constance and Soren probably stayed at the Queens Road Inn in the past, so on their way to Badger Creek if they've traveled by foot. Alternatively, travel by ferry takes approximately a day, arriving early in the morning on the next day. It sails throughout the night, and you do not lose that time to sleep. Costs.
How much does it cost? Sorry.
It'll be asking around town would reveal that taking a ferry takes 10 silver coins a seat.
Okay, well, that is a little steep, but I could afford it, and I could spot you, Shaw, if you need.
That'd be nice. I'll pay you back, and
Of course.
I will assist you, Emmy.
Well, thank you very much.
She passes over 5 silver coins.
Oh, thank you.
This
Because
friendship thing is paying off already.
Emmy's money pouch is pretty visibly empty as they're like shaking coins out to count the 15 remaining.
Ooh.
I will definitely pay my own way, friends.
Constance will also pay her own way, and as she's like handing over the money and everything, she's like, oh well, I was ever looking so forward to the walk, but I suppose that a ferry is fun too.
It is. Have you never taken one?
To be honest, I don't believe I have.
Oh, it is a lot of fun. I don't take too many boats, but when I do, it's much faster than walking and saves a lot more energy, and you can see so many birds and fish and stuff.
Wait. Oh no, I recall now. A ferry, not the flapping ferry, the boat thing.
Yes, yes.
Oh yes, yes. We have boats come to and from Eternal Trust, so I have been on boats.
Oh, okay.
Ain't
Well,
never
this
been
will
on.
be fun.
Ain't never been on a boat I have to sneak on. This is nice.
I have not been on a boat in a long time.
Are you all joking? I take boat rides all the time.
Really?
Yes,
No.
it's so fun. This canal is where I grew up, basically. Whatever. Anyways.
Oh, neat.
Oh, do you know all about it? Please tell me all the history.
Do you have good
Yes,
stories
I do.
about it?
Yes, I do. Tons of them.
So you're making your way, you're riding this pulley down to the docks, and you see this magnificently large, it's almost like a yacht almost, and it's got the sailing gear on it, but it also has two large smokestacks that the sails are attached to. And these smokestacks are coughing up black smoke into the sky. The ferry has these large wheel rudders on the side that will the wheels that will be almost like a paddle boat, as a steam engine is going to be powering the ferry that you are riding down the river, which is also contributing to the quicker journey. You take a long look at the docks ahead, nestled at the foot of the tree. Great ropes pulleys lift crates and shipments high into the branches above. You set toward the wooden docks, toward the ferry. Other folk are beginning to make their way too. Fares and tickets are taken, and goods are also loaded onto the lower decks of the ferry. And you're all kind of loading in one by one at this point, and just, all right, tell it 10 silver ahead. There's 5 years, 50 silver, please.
Here you go.
The money just kind of jingles in his hand. Thank you. Here are your ticket fares, and enjoy your trip. You'll be stopping around midday in Goose River. Not much to see there, but it's a decent stop. And then you will be taking the rest of your journey to Badger Creek.
Wait,
Thank
is
you
this
very
like a
much.
cruise? We can get out and enjoy the day at Goose River?
The stop is brief. It's a small farming village. I don't know why you'd want to stop long.
Alright, sorry I asked about the scenery. Jeez.
Thank you, sir.
I have fares. All right, fares. We've got a few more seats left.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, can I help you?
I need you to tell it to me honest. We ain't
What?
passing by no dead chicken druid groves, are we?
I am not aware of any dead chicken druid groves in the area, but do alert the Queen's authorities if we do come across any. Now, onto the boat, sir.
Oh,
And
yes,
before all the
please.
window spots are gone.
Yeah, I want to
Oh.
find a good seat with a decent view.
So you have a good, you find a good seat. Actually, you probably can find a deck seat. That's got a really good.
Yes, Azara does not like enclosed spaces.
I just want to say how happy I am to be playing a cat person who will actually get on a goddamn boat for once.
Yeah, thanks. We can actually take a quicker trip. So it is worth noting. You can take your deck seats. It's a nice ferry. Definitely probably bought and paid for and maintained by the funds of the Queen of Maywood. No, without a doubt. Let's see. So you take your seats. So would you want to be like near the front of the deck more? Like near the front of the boat? I don't know the nautical terms off the top of my head.
The prow? Yes, please.
Front.
Yeah, you can get a very nice scenic seat up there. And it's worth noting, it's late summer. Ishkama is the last month of summer. We're in the late summer, so it's still pretty warm out, but it's like a nice breeze keeps it decently cool, so Emmy's not overheating in their fur coat. So you take your seats, and after everyone kind of takes their seats, the ferry sets out at a steady pace down the Albion River. The hum of great steam engines turning paddles serves as an ambience. Smokestacks cough the steam into the air, and you're sitting at the front of the boat. You're kind of watching you're just kind of watching as like the world goes by slowly, feeling the breeze on your face, listening to the water crash against the sides of the ferry. It's picturesque. It's a nice journey. It's definitely, this is good. You get to sit and relax after journeying for so long already. And for some of you, it feels like you're going back the way you just came.
Azara is utterly fascinated.
Okay.
Emmy is knitting.
Love it.
Soren's sunbathing.
Shaw is like in awe of the view and also sharpening his sword. Oh, look, it's a ghost. That's why they call it Ghost Island. Shaw will be that person.
And he will also honestly, enthusiastically be like giving you feedback to anything you're talking about. Just like, oh, really?
Azara nods and hums in the right places. She's not listening.
The warm summer sun is refreshing with the river breeze as you take in the last of summer's grasp over the land as Yaksha gives way to her brother, the Duke of Autumn, to lord over the season. The trees eventually thin on the river banks, and at some point around midday, the ferry makes a stop in the small docks of the farming hamlet Goose River. Few folk get off the ferry, and a few things are unloaded and loaded. After the brief stop, the ferry begins to troll down the river again. Let's see. So while you're on your journey, let's have some fun. Let's.
No fun. I hate fun.
So after passing
your
through
worst.
river, all right.
I've seen Alex's worst. Please don't.
All right. So give me like a wisdom roll with your skills. That would be like anything that's like perceptive, seeing, perceiving, anything in your backgrounds. Let's toss some of those backgrounds out that you're gonna apply. Let's get those mechanics in there.
Yeah, I'll apply a Guardian of the Caravan.
Would Child of Fae count if it's nature-y stuff?
This isn't exactly nature-y. It's like trying to spot things.
Okay.
It's mod, level, and background if applicable, right?
Yep. Big full.
Well,
17.
Hey!
oh wait, way more than 12. 14, way more than
Whoa.
12. Sorry.
Sorry,
Oh.
16.
Yeah.
16.
See? Huge
Um,
numbers.
21.
Nice.
Nice.
Holy shit.
So I think Shaw and Emmy are highest.
And my background is natural predator.
Nice.
Ooh, love it. Love it.
All right, so we're on permanent guard duty, Shaw.
Saw something moving.
There Emmy would have been anyway.
Don't mind me. So those the 15s or higher, my dear friends.
Yay!
you see coming up on the ferry, they're kind of come out from behind a sandbar, like a little island that was really lush. Small, like, wooden boats. They begin making their way towards the ferry. Glancing around those seated around you, there's no one really on the boat right now that's gonna be, at least on your end of the boat, that's gonna be effective at the whatever comes next. As these boats quickly, like these little like kayak style boats, they quickly bump into the side of the ferry almost unheard because of the steam engine and the turning of the wheels.
I withdraw my javelin.
What's up?
I pull out my javelin.
All right, so yeah, I take it everyone's like getting ready. As these hooks, these metal hooks, ting ting, they begin coming up the sides of the boats, and you see, classic daggers in the mouth. These darkly dressed bandits. They jump onto the boat, and they begin, kind of like fighting whatever lack of security there is on this ferry, and the helm is quickly taken by the bandits, and you're kind of just too far away to really react to anything at this point, as kind of like there's too many people are getting up and like panicking around you, so it's making it really hard to make your way into the fray right now. And as the dust kind of settles from the panic, that's where you see the ferry, at least the part you're on, has kind of been taken over by these bandits. And this rather shoddily, scruffily dressed bandit with like a sort of top, like a scruffy looking top hat, holds a pistol, and he's got the wheel, and he's like, "Ha ha! They haven't seen the last of Danny Otterman! Oh yeah!" And he fires off
this guy.
gun. And the 17s, Emmy and Shaw, you realize that whoever this Danny Otterman is has this boat on a collision course with the sandbar that these rowboats came out from behind. So I'm going to take us over to the combat map, and we're going to kind of talk about how we're going to do combat this campaign. First of all, let me get all your tokens on the battlefield. All right. So we're going to fight stuff really quick, because that's part of RPGs. It's fun, and these characters are kind of built to do that. So I know a lot of us have not really played 13th Age, at least those who are not in this call right now. So how combat works is very similar to other D&D derivative D20 type games, where you move around and stuff. But 13th Age kind of does away with the whole fiddly bits of feet and specific distances. They use distances of nearby and stuff. But I like the idea of maps and, you're still using your movements and stuff, because it really helps with positioning and figuring things out. So how we're going to handle our combat is if you are looking at the map currently, there is a wonderful boat, and there are squares, colorful squares, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are what I'm calling combat zones. Everything in that area is considered nearby to your character. On your turn, it is a free action to move to any space within your zone, okay? To use what takes using a movement action is moving into a new zone. Also disengaging from an enemy. Okay? If you are engaged with an enemy, there's rules for that, and there's rules for disengaging. Because in this, I think they do less of a passive op and do more. You just can't disengage because the enemy has you kind of locked in.
It might be a save.
It is a save of some kind.
I was reading it the other day.
Yeah, I was reading it too.
I can help with that.
Do remember in 13th Age there is this thing called the escalation die that ticks up as we as we go through turns in combat. You all as players will add that as a modifier, as escalation is a representation of the kind of driving momentum of combat. So, and it's 13th Age. What I love about it, it's designed to get us through this shit quick, because fighting's fun, but it's not fun when you're doing it for like 12 hours. So a few other things. Just one moment. I'm trying to get into my notes in the right places. Okay. So what's going on here is we've got the ferry that is split up into these 4 zones. You all are at the front zone here in Zone 4. Danny Otterman is at Zone 1. Zone 1 is the helm of the ship, and the wheel that Danny Otterman is at. That's what you need to get to in order to prevent a collision. The collision occurs at escalation die 4. Okay? Unless they are interrupted. There are 3 types of enemies. There are the goons, the Cutthroats, and then Danny Otterman. The Goons and the Cutthroats, they're dressed like your typical bandits. They wear dark leathers, some cloaks and stuff over them. The Goons are brandishing like clubs, like spiked clubs and simple short swords and daggers. The Cutthroats kind of are the ones who are like more knife juggling, and they're the ones who are being a little more... The Goons are definitely chasing people down. The Cutthroats are the ones who are actually like kind of taking them, robbing them of their stuff. Not particularly like a violent brand of robbery. They're not killing anyone. They're just kind of robbing the ferry, and they're trying to get this ferry to collide with the sandbar. What is up, Azara?
So my domain stuff, I don't have to activate that. That's just going all the time, right?
I believe so. Sam, you're the one who played Cleric.
Yeah, pretty much, unless it says it needs to be.
Fantastic.
So what we're going to do first is we're going to roll initiative, because that's what we do in all combats.
I just want to say right now before we start fighting, if you have to make a death save, unlikely, but in case you get a +2 to it.
Sweet.
And if I heal you, you also add hit points equal to double your level right now, so 2.
All right, hold on to that. Let's just get the initiative, because I actually want to put that. I have the top thing here.
Just didn't want to forget that.
No, I understand, but I have a top thing here to track all this shit. That's why I'm like...
Fantastic!
Yeah, because I'm rolling initiatives over here, so I can't catch it right now. All right, Danny Otterman got a nat 20 on his initiative. I'm sorry,
no.
It continues.
The demon rides again.
And then the bandits themselves, because I'm just going to have them all go on the same turn. They got a 12, so that's easy to beat.
Is it?
Insert squinting Thor gif.
Okay, Constance. Someone needs to go last.
Well, it's funny you say that. Oh, actually, I got an 8. Never mind.
I got a 13.
Got an 18?
Got a 15.
All right.
Me and Mimi on the same page.
Oh yeah.
So, Emmy, you got an 18?
Yeah.
Shaw, what'd you get?
15.
All right. And then Soren, I heard you got an 8, right?
Yep, big 8.
I don't like how you had to put Nat 20 on Danny Otterman's little thing there.
High rollers tonight, y'all.
Serious.
It's fine.
All right, so our combat order will be Danny Otterman will be going first. Then it will be Emmy, then the bandits, then Shaw, then Azara, then Soren, then Constance.
Didn't I beat the bandits?
Oh yeah, you did. My bad. I'm just so did Azara. I'm just bad at math.
No worries.
All right, hold on. I have to finish. I didn't realize I didn't have all the baddie stats written down. I thought I did, but
It's okay, I'm trying to learn how to play.
Me too. I got it up.
What do I do?
I'm actually really excited about the monk class in this system.
Yo, fighter maneuvers are really dope
Yeah.
too.
This domain sheet is cool as hell.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about spells though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It's tough.
I like made that choice. I was like, ooh, I was so overwhelmed with the Lorian's like spells. I was like, I'm just gonna hit stuff this time. Have fun, Lucy. Cleric is actually really fucking fun. I'm excited to find out what domains you chose.
It's super cool. There's just so much stuff.
It's a lot.
Bards have 3 different types of spells.
Okay, so the attack bonus is a d20 plus an ability bonus plus your level.
all right, we're good now. So sorry about that, my dear friends. All right, Azara, what were your cleric bonuses again?
Right. Okay.
Just give me like the basic.
Yes. If I cast a spell that lets me heal somebody, you also add hit points equal to double your level, so 2 right now, to the recovery. Also, everybody gets a +2 to any death saves made this combat.
All right, and that's just a party-wide?
Yup.
All right.
Which is good, because death saves are hard in this game. It's a 16 up you have to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game is not kind sometimes. It knows when to be metal.
And I'll let you know what invocation I decide to cast when I decide to cast.
Yeah, and just for the audience too, there's a lot of like static effects that happen in this game. So what I'm doing here is I'm using the top row here, not only as a way to help the players track their stuff, but also to help you as well kind of keep up with what's going on. So let us jump into it. Danny Otterman, my man, the myth, the legend is going first. And he's gonna be taking a shot. He's just gonna be taking kind of a wild shot towards the group. Dear Emmy,
Yes.
because Sam, I love you. Will a 15 hit?
It will right now, yeah.
All right. That will be 6 points of
Hold up.
damage.
Once per round as a free action. I can roll.
That was I forgot to say that wasn't a 15 odd. Sorry.
Okay.
Once per round as a free action, I can roll a normal save, 11 plus, to intercept the enemy who is moving to or attacking a nearby ally.
Go for it.
Of course.
So a save is just a flat D20 roll.
Okay.
I have a thing for ranged damage too, but I don't. So if Shaw intercepts, that means I wouldn't take the damage then anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay, if you have a range thing and he has
It
seen
only
before.
has it though, so.
Oh, okay. So
It's
yeah,
up to you if you want to save it or not.
Yeah, he just. All right, so you could pop free for one enemy to move to intercept the attack. If you're engaged. Let's see. So basically I'm taking the attack instead, and it has to hit my AC, which is 18.
That will not hit because the
Nick.
roll total was so Shaw just kind of like throws the shield up in front of Emmy, just and you hear the bullet just ricochet off the shield.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
Don't worry, I know you got it.
All right. Speaking of gotten it, Emmy, it is your turn.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, if Shaw is right there now. Let me just double check how much I get to actually move this. It doesn't say quite how this works in terms of the move action here. It might be somewhere else in the book, I guess.
All right, just read it off to me and I'll tell you how it works.
Yeah. Actually, it's one zone for one move action, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
You got
1, 2. I wouldn't be able to get there anyway, even with that. So never mind. I was gonna say this would be a fun moment for our furball special, but it won't get me into actual engagement. I am, however, just going to sort of look at Shaw and be like,
Thank you, my friend.
and then I'm gonna zip off. Like Emmy, who had previously been sort of like shuffling slowly while we walk and leaning heavily on their glaive, just straight up drops the glaive where they're standing and darts into the next zone. I'm gonna.
Hey y'all, watch this.
Let's see if I can do it first. I'm gonna hit this first goon here if I can.
Sure, go ahead and move your picture where you want to be engaged.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I can actually move myself here. That is going to be natural even. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Is it over 15?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that'll he's a goon. He's a
Okay.
mook. So what that means is he just gone instantly. He's like a minion in 4E. Just so, and then if you had a mook next to you, or you can make another attack, you could attack another mook as a free action.
I would if the escalation die was higher. However, this does bump my AC up 1 right now because that was my opening move.
All right.
And I am now able to also pop free, so I wouldn't encounter an opportunity attack. And I'm gonna use my Leaf on Wind talent to use a free action for an extra movement to bump myself into this next zone.
Alrighty. So you're
I'll put myself near these guys.
So what happens is Emmy just kind of, after Shaw's like, get him, Emmy just sprints towards and jumps up and just kind of kicks off of, like, jumps up, you kind of claw the goon up in near the head a little bit, and then you just jump off him because the force of your impact is what really did most of the damage there. And he just crashes into the deck, and you jump up over the cutthroat and the other bandit and then land right behind them, and they're too slow to react, and you're able to just continue running towards the next area on the deck of the ferry. And
I'll just sort of call to like one of the other goons as I pass. I'm like, you shouldn't let him stay unconscious for too long. That's like really bad for you. And keep going. Because he's not dead. That should be noted. Emmy did not make a lethal attack just then.
I didn't think I described him like brutally dying there.
No, but you were like, he's a mook, so he's gone, and I just wanted to make it clear that Emmy did not just like punch some guy's skull in.
Okay.
I mean, he might have a concussion. He probably has a concussion.
It hurt. He at least got the wind knocked out of him, okay? Shaw, it is your turn. Let's get violent.
Alright, I just want to state for the record that Shaw will be killing people.
Oh, Emmy knows.
So we're gonna move Shaw here, and he's just gonna alright fellow, I guess we're gonna do this then. And that is going to miss. I rolled a natural 2.
Natural even or odd?
That's a natural even.
Okay.
And I would like to use the maneuver Grim Intent. And it's a flexible melee attack, which means that I can choose it after I do the attack roll.
Okay.
And its triggering roll is any natural even miss.
Okay.
So 2, that means the next time I would deal miss damage with the melee attack, I get to add a weapon die to that damage. And so I'm just going to deal him some miss damage. And that is going to be...
Well, you're dealing damage to a mook, so the mook is just going to...
It's just 6 damage.
So, Shaw, you come up and you run forwards, you just sabatons hitting wooden deck, and you just kind of violently just swing towards the bandit goon, and he ducks, and you kind of take a little bit off the top, and before he can, like, as he's jumping back up, you just take your shield, you go, and you just cave his head in with your shield.
And then I just like to go, Danny Otterman, maybe it's best you just leave us all alone. This doesn't seem to be working out for you.
Your money's mine!
That's it.
Izara, it is your turn.
Phenomenal. Quick action, blessed. Me, Constance, and Soren, +1 to all attacks.
All right.
Then I'm going to lift my javelin and cast Javelin of Faith. I'm not sure. It's a ranged spell. I'm not sure how far I can get it.
I'm pretty sure it's just considered in range or out of range, like per GM description.
Yeah, it's a range
Can
thing,
I hit Danny?
Yeah, I'll say you could. Like, I'll say, yeah. I don't have any rules on ranges with zones yet, so...
Fuck yeah. So, Azara has a physical javelin, and she will lift that above her head. But instead of throwing it, it starts to glow with this silvery starlight. And she'll make the motion as if she's going to throw it, but instead of throwing the actual javelin, it's like this glowing after image of this crackling starlit javelin goes flying through the air at Mr. Otterman there.
What'd you get?
I rolled a natural 16 even.
That'll hit.
It's the 21 total.
Yeah, that'll hit. The 16 itself hit.
Cool. What the hell is that? This is holy damage, if that matters.
Not at this moment.
All damage I do is holy damage.
I'm aware.
9 points of damage to Mr. Otterman there.
So your holy starlit javelin streaks across the deck of the ship. One of the goons ducks out of the way like a coward as Otterman takes a starry javelin to the shoulder. He kind of recoils, grabs the shoulder, lifts the gun up, and he'll be like, "Ha!" And he's gonna make a reaction attack towards you.
Oh no.
That's gonna be a natural even, but a miss. And so this bullet just goes right into the first smokestack here in front of him, and doesn't even come close to striking you, as that javelin was quite painful. Anything else?
I do want to say real quick, I don't have anything else to do, but I want to say, so Azara is technically part of the sun domain, but for flavor reasons, because she worships the astral star, it's like a starlit domain, and that's going to be the flavoring for all her spells and attacks and stuff.
Hey, stars are suns. They're the same thing.
Yeah, technically, right?
All right, the bandits are up. The cutthroat and this goon are gonna both try to like tag team Shaw here. The cutthroat will make the attack first. Does a 12 hit, Shaw? On a
12,
natural even?
12 does not hit, no.
So she kind of strikes out with this curved sword, and you're just able to easily deflect it with your shield.
As he does that, he goes, well, you missed because your footing's off. You got to put it on your back foot, not your front foot.
And then the goon follows up with an even 7, a natural even 7, just trying to, and just his club shatters against your armor.
Well, now that's just a matter of not being prepared enough.
The rest of the bandits are over here by Emmy. They're gonna just all gang up on you, and the other bandits near the back of the boat are gonna position themselves to intercept anyone who's gonna try and approach the captain. Emmy, you're gonna get a lot of attacks coming at you, so
Yeah,
bear
bring
with
it.
me here.
My AC right now is 15.
One of the goons nat 20'd.
Okay.
So let me roll that goon's damage there. Or do you just want the total? You tell me.
Whatever's easier for you, really.
Alright, that's fuck, and he and he maxed it out.
That's okay.
Luckily it was just the goon, okay?
Yeah.
The other goon, that's gonna be a, oh shit, these goons rolled really well. That's a 22 natural odd.
Okay.
And that damage is gonna be, okay. Alright, and then the final goon rolled a 10 natural odd.
Okay, so that guy misses.
So the one bandit misses you, and you kind of catch the club, but then you feel one of the clubs kind of crash into your arm, and then when you're recoiling from that, the other goon just kind of jumps up behind you and kind of cracks you across the back with their club. And this is when the cutthroat then will take her opportunity to kind of stab towards you. Natural even 10.
Okay, so that misses.
And you're able to kind of throw your glaive up to intercept the sword slice.
I left it, but I like
Oh, you did?
dodge. I'll like matrix dodge their hit.
Forgot you left the glaive.
I am actually gonna do a thing real quick that I can do. As an
Depends.
Alleykin, once
You
per
took
battle.
18 damage from the goons first.
Okay, good. No, that's good because
Okay.
once per battle, I can reduce damage taken by 1d6 times my level, and
Oh,
then I
okay.
deal that to an enemy engaged with me.
Okay, I just wanted to make
So-
sure it wasn't anything like where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
if you're knocked out, you're not going to be able to do this.
No, it was just that was like I'm just gonna take some of this away. So that's just gonna be 4 reduced to the damage to me, and instead that goes to one of the mooks.
All right, yeah. So the one who cracked you on the back, you kind of whirl around with this roundhouse kick, catching him in the jaws. And he just kind of goes, he spins around for a moment, very like clumsily, and then collapses to the deck. Definitely little bird. If this was like an anime, there'd definitely be like little birds floating around his head or something.
2 spins!
Also, for what it's worth, Emmy is staggered now. I don't know if that affects any of your.
None of my abilities, but that comes into effect later
Yeah.
in the game. Soren, you're up, my friend.
Awesome.
Don't forget
Soren,
your blessing.
thank
The
you.
plus one to all attacks.
Oh yeah,
Bless.
how long does bless last, by the way?
It's the whole battle.
The whole battle.
Yeah,
okay.
just this battle.
Cool.
Soren is going to reach behind his back and take the book that is chained shut and unchain it and begin telling a story. So just for flavor, bards have spells in 13th Age, but I'm going to flavor mine as stories instead.
Love it. I've done it.
Um,
It's great.
Yeah, and he's just going to start telling, and then the bandits assailed the ship, but the clairvoyants were there to stop it. And the bandits honestly didn't put up much of a fight. And he's going to cast Song of Heroes, and everybody gets another +1 to their attack bonus.
For
Everybody?
The whole battle?
Everybody, yep.
Sweet.
For the whole battle?
For at least one turn, but I have to roll to sustain it every round.
Okay.
That's my quick action. And then as a fast action, I'm going to take out one of my daggers and do the gold coin trick between the fingers with the dagger.
Love it.
And just be like, I haven't had a fight in days, this is going to be magical. And I'm just going to huck my dagger at the goon on Shaw.
Go for it.
17 to hit.
That'll hit. And your dagger just kind of lands right between the eyes of the goon.
Soren's just looking down at his book, not really paying attention.
Just look to the other goon and go, and that's what happens when you use your back foot.
All right, Soren, anything else? Would you like to change zones at all?
Yeah, I'll go up to the next zone, but I'm going to go to the other side where nobody is at now.
There?
Yeah.
All right. Constance, it is your turn. I will also note you can move 2 zones as sort of like your dash action.
Okay, so I did the smart thing and rolled and did all the math before. So Constance is going to just dash forward to the nearest goon, which looks like
the cutthroat up here by Shaw.
Actually, you know what? She's gonna run towards Emmy because it looks like Emmy's kind of surrounded.
All right, that'll be your whole. That'll use your whole. Both. It's like a dash action in D&D.
Yeah, and then so I guess I don't get to attack, which is fine. Even though that was a good roll, it's fine.
So you have something for a quick action. I don't know what you got going on.
But I am gonna use a free action to use my Halo Racial Power. Once per battle as a free action during your turn, gain a +2 to all defenses until you are hit by an attack or the battle ends.
That's
all right.
sweet.
And I don't think I have any quick actions, so.
All right, we are at the top of the order. The escalation die has ticked up 1. You will add that as a modifier to your attack rolls. All right, Danny Otterman's up. Spins the 6-shooter, and he is going to take a shot at Emmy because he's watching this cat just ferociously destroy his crew. And that is going to be a natural odd 10.
That'll miss.
All right, so the bullet goes wide, kind of just buries into the deck of the ship. I'll get you next time.
All right.
Emmy, it is now your turn.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my standard action for a flow attack against the, the cutthroat.
Sure, yeah, that's the one that actually
Engaged
hit
with me.
points.
Yeah. So this is flow attack. That's gonna be, sorry, I just want to make sure I'm using the right die. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Sure will.
That's a natural odd too.
Okay.
And that's gonna be 5, 6, 7. That's gonna be 8 damage. Plus. Oh, never mind. That was an odd, so I don't get that benefit then.
Okay.
Okay, then I think that's gonna be all for my turn. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, okay. That'll be it for me then. I'm gonna stay where I am.
All right, so you're kind of fighting a little more cautiously now that you realize, you're a little more confident now that you realize Constance has kind of showed up as backup. Now you're not completely just outnumbered. So you take you kind of bounce on your paws a bit, and you take a quick jab at the cutthroat, just right in the face.
Yeah.
All right, Shaw, you're up. You're still engaged with the cutthroat up here near the one pinwheel type.
So he's gonna look at the cutthroat and go. Powerful dumb. It's gonna attack. That's a nat 20.
Fuck yeah. So I think we just in 13
Is that our
days,
first player nat 20? I think it
is.
Congratulations.
What's
in
dope
13
is
days-
it's a skull on this dice. I love it.
So basically just double your damage that you roll.
Okay. All right. 16. 20 points of damage.
Fuck. So you just kind of, so the bandit kind of lunges towards you. You take the shield, do the classic bash in the face, and then you just go in deep with the sword.
So just a little bit of Yellow Child's gonna come out, and it's like, while he's doing it slow, he goes, "Nah, I told you you didn't need to make me do this."
And she's like barely holding on. She's like, "I'm not dead yet."
Give
All
it a second. Woof! And then I'll use my movement.
She's still alive. I'm not kidding.
Oh my god!
The cutthroats actually have hit points.
Okay, I like that. Then for my fighting action, I guess I'll just use Strong Guard. What? I am. You know.
Well, you can agonize over that decision.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use Strong Guard. Sorry. So
Go
that
ahead.
gives me +2 to my AC.
Sweet, nice. All right, Azara, it is your turn.
Fantastic. I'm going to stroll my way into the next zone.
All right.
Maybe a little further than that, like there. I want to aim for that there cutthroat across from Emmy.
All right.
I rolled a natural 10, total 17, so natural even, to hit with my
hit.
javelin.
Yep, that'll do it.
Cool. Do we add escalation dice to damage?
No.
Okay, so then 9. 9 points
Alright.
of damage.
Holy Javelin.
Holy javelin.
So you summon your ethereal starlit javelin, just, and Constance, Emmy, you watch as this thing just buries itself into the unsuspecting cutthroat. Looks like we've got magic users.
Then it dissolves into beautiful sparkles.
These
That's my turn.
Kids.
I just wave like, thank you!
The bandits
You're
are
welcome.
up.
Oh,
Damn.
non-lethal damage for me. I forgot to say that.
You also
Always
are.
non-lethal for me, unless stated otherwise.
All right, Danny
Aw.
Otterman is going to take a shot at Azara. That's going to be a natural odd for a 22 to hit.
Yes!
And that's going to be 7 points of damage as he kind of like finally decides he like stretches the arm out,
Ouch.
takes a good aim.
She looks annoyed.
The
Sees
rest
some
of the
red starting to
bandits are
stain
gonna
her
go.
white coat.
These two goons are actually going to move down a zone, and they're going to work their way to begin surrounding Emmy here because that's what's going on. Is the Emmy beat down? The first cutthroat natural even 22 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, that one will hit.
Oh boy,
I don't have many hit points left right now, too, so I'm
5
going down.
points of damage.
Just still standing.
Actually, I would like to use my Bastion talent to, once per battle, when a nearby ally is hit by an attack, I can choose to lose hit points equal to half the damage and have your ally take only half the damage instead.
Ooh.
All
So
right,
I'll take, so it was 5, right? I'll take 3
Yeah.
and Emmy can take 2.
Sure.
Thank you.
So like you kind of see like this like what color is your magic, Constance? All right, so Emmy, you kind of become surrounded by this light powder blue as Constance's the heart region kind of grows for a second as Constance, you take some of the hit for Emmy there. All right,
Oh, thank you, my friends.
all right, the goons are up. Emmy, that's a natural even 17 to hit.
Shit, yeah, that'll hit.
That goon will deal 8 points of damage.
And I'm unconscious.
So the goon just cracks Emmy across the face with the club, and Emmy it just kind of slumps to the deck. The other two goons are gonna they shuffle towards Constance. All right, next on the list, boys. Constance, there's gonna be a natural odd 18 to hit. Shit, really? Oh yeah, you have the bonus AC until you're hit. The other one's a natural even 7, then I'm gonna guess that miss. So they're just kind of they're trying to hit Constance, but like the holy aura is just keeping the clubs at bay. They just kind of they kind of like recoil off of like pinging blue light that kind of forms a force field around Constance. And with that, the bandits are done with their turn. Soren, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to use Battle Chant as my standard action against one of the goons on Constance.
Alright, what is that going to do?
It just does damage if I hit. That's pretty good. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Just the goon?
Okay. Yep, just a goon. And then
He's down.
when you use the spell, you can choose any battle cry effect taking the place of a melee attack. And I'm going to use Pull It Together. And you hear, Emmy, as you're unconscious, you just hear like Soren whispering around your head. It's like, this is not your final chapter. Pull it together. And you can use a recovery dice to heal yourself.
Sweet. I will, thank you.
So you roll your recovery plus your level plus your con.
Right, so I'm back to 8 hit points.
Alright, Emmy, you kind of come to after hearing Soren's words. So that, like...
The best encouragement he has.
So Soren reads this story, and you hear a story about come now, soft, silent blades of swift death. And like these blades kind of form around like these around the goon, these blades of wind, and just kind of slice him up, and he just kind of dies from a death of 1,000 paper cuts as he kind of just collapses next to Constance.
I'll just shout, "You're welcome," from the back of the boat.
All right, Constance, you are up.
Yes. Can I just use the roll that I was going to use last time?
Yeah, go for it if
Cool.
you want.
All right,
Who are you
cool.
attacking?
Then I don't have to do math. It was a 22 to hit.
Who are you attacking?
Who's the weird looking one? The one that looks different than the other ones?
The cutthroat, the one
Yeah.
with hit points.
Yeah, the one with hit points. I'm gonna attack him.
All right, her, sure.
And you know what? We're gonna make this a smite attack because why not? 22 to hit, and then the damage is some things. I need a D12. Where'd they go? Where'd the D12 go? Trying to do things. Rolling my hit. 12 damage.
All right, what does it look like, Constance, when you put this when you end this bandit's career?
So Constance just takes her big, stupid mace spear thing and
The staff mace?
Yeah, and swings it at this cutthroat, and just while she's saying, "Stealing is very unkind."
Oh my! Just, and the cutthroat's like, just like tries to get a last word in, but dies before it can happen. Constance, anything else with your turn?
Oh, I don't think so.
All right, we're back at the top of the order. Escalation die shall kick up to 2. Danny Honorman will go first. And we'll take a shot at Soren. Danny Honorman misses. That's an natural even 6.
That misses.
So Soren just shoots at you, and you just kind of throw up. You just kind of read a story, and the bullet just sang by, and the bullet kind of like redirects its course for a moment.
Just as I wrote.
Emmy, you're up. You're still. You're conscious.
Yeah, escalation dice, that's still at 2, or are we at 3 yet?
It's at 2 now.
Still
It
at 2,
just
okay.
took
I couldn't
that.
remember if this was the 3rd or not.
No worries.
Okay. So I am up. I'm going to just sort of look around and be like, oh, okay, this will be fine. I'm going to use an opening attack because I got to start over now, just to one of the goons we're engaged with. That's going to be... That's a 15?
Natural.
Natural even.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, and that is a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage.
Goon goes down. Just punch in the face. Goon goes down.
Okay, and... Okay, this is such a bad idea with 8 hit points, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna spend a key to activate my Leaf on Wind flight ability, which is essentially like it's pretty much like I get like a like martial arts movie on wires moment.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use that to pop free from these guys because I can, and I'm
There you
gonna
go.
zip over right over to Mr.
So here's what
Otterman
happens.
there.
So what you do, instead of cold clocking the bandit, you jump up and Mario hop off his head, and you kind of like cat run climb up the smokestack, and then you kind of like get yourself around the smokestack and just jump your way towards Danny Otterman.
Hi, hello, I am Stars of Emerald, and I think it would be really good if you would just like surrender right now.
And I'm
And
Danny Otterman, and I'm asking you to fuck off.
Well, I'm not going to be doing that.
And that'll be my turn.
Shaw, you are up. You still have this cutthroat on you.
All right, let's see. With 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21.
So is that natural even if that was a 14?
That was a natural 14.
Okay. That will be a hit, yes.
Okie dokie. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Describe how you end this cutthroat's career.
After dragging him up a bit, he's just gonna pull it out and go, you could have lived. And just quick Highlander decapitation and move on.
Love it. So into the next combat zone we go.
Yes, indeed.
Alright, so you just kind of end the cutthroat. Just...
I am actually going to move here if I can.
Yeah, you can do that. It's in the same zone.
And I would like to use a quick action.
Sure.
I would like to use my breath weapon.
Fuck yeah. So, what are you doing? You're rolling versus PD, right?
Let's see. So, it just says I do 1d6 per level for my breath weapon. It does not say what they roll against it.
Ooh, holy shit! Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
Hold on. Once per battle, make a close quarters breath weapon attack as a quick action using your highest ability score against one nearby enemy's physical PD. So yeah, you're right.
All right, yeah, go ahead. I love how it's just your highest score. I love that. Oh, that's so good.
And all you guys are gonna see is him just yell, "Move!" And when he does, it comes out as fire.
Love it. That's so dope. I love that.
That's gonna be 4 damage.
All right, which one? Are you hitting the goon or the?
I'm hitting the one with the hit points.
All right, so you just catch. She kind of is able to shield herself from most of the fire, but she does take a good chunk of. She does still take some damage from it.
Okay.
All right, Izara is up then next, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to use my Invocation of Life.
Okay.
So you and each of your allies can each separately add the escalation dice to a single save made by that character. In addition, you and your allies do not die from hit point damage when your negative hit points equals half your normal hit points. Instead, you die when your negative hit points equal your full hit points.
All right.
And then I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Emmy.
All right.
First, I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, what's the range on that first?
It's just his ranged spell.
Okay.
There's no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know, because Cure Wounds is usually a touch spell.
Oh, nearby.
So,
you are a nearby.
oh, you have to be in the same zone then.
Damn it. Never mind. Okay, then I'm going to use my action to dash up next to Emmy.
Okay.
And I will
that
end
will
my
be a
turn.
The bandits are up. Constance will be attacked by these two goons here. A natural odd, that's going to be an 8, and a natural even, that's going to be a 15.
Neither hits.
There's still just the blue light pinging off clubs in kind of midair, and they're kind of like, what the hell? And then the goon is going to attack Shaw. That's going to be a natural odd 13.
That will not hit.
And a natural even 10. I'm guessing that won't hit.
That
So
also will not hit.
Yeah, it's just your armor and shield doing the work. And then Izara, this goon's gonna run up to you. And goon is gonna get a 14 to hit.
No.
AC? All right.
Mhm.
So you kind of just turn around and what kind? Do you have your javelin? You kind of just.
I'm gonna javelin, just hold it up.
Yep.
Clang.
Soren, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my main action to throw a dagger at the goon next to Constance.
All right.
And that is 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw it, and I'm actually gonna target it at Constance, and it's just gonna like bounce off her armor.
Oh
and
my
then just
god.
nail the guy in front of her.
Amazing.
It just works every time, and that's my standard. And then my quick action, I'm just gonna sustain my spell roll for it,
Quick action. Sustained.
and it's sustained.
All right, sustained. Constance, it is your turn.
I'm gonna move up too. That's it.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so there's only one goon left around me, and I'm just like surrounded by dead bodies.
And unconscious
dead
bodies.
/ unconscious bodies. So I'm just gonna try to take that last one out.
Go for it.
All right, let's see. I got so natural 13.
All right.
Plus like a million.
Yeah, that'll hit then.
Plus like 4 plus 5. So
All right.
yeah, a ton. So that'll.
All right, so yeah, you just bonk.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 damage.
Just crack
Bonk.
this bandit across the head. And with that, with the fall of the last bandit, Danny Otterman kind of shoots a flare up into the air. He's like, "All right, dead ravens, we've taken enough of their goods and enough losses today. Let's live to fight another one." And the bandits begin kind of slinking off the sides of the ship as quick as they arrived. They soon disappear into the waters. Yes, Shaw.
I don't think mine can. I have a thing called threatening. Whenever an enemy attempts to disengage from me, it takes a penalty to its check equal to
The
my
enemies instead are using the retreat action.
Oh, okay.
They're basically pulling out of combat. That's something you can do as
Gotcha.
players too.
Oh, okay.
So they're cutting their losses and they're gonna just turn tail and run because Danny Otterman I want to preserve as a reoccurring villain throughout the campaign.
Yeah, like if we wanted to for a fight, we have like a flee like option as a party where like everybody has to agree that you want to do it.
And that's what I'm trying. I'm also through this narrative moment. I'm trying to also teach you that this is something you can do as a party.
Right.
Yeah, I like
the
that.
enemies are doing this. You can too. And so the enemies slink off and they jump down into their little rowboats, and as quickly as they arrived, they disappear into the river. And people kind of begin resurfacing on the ferry. Actually, none of the passengers look like they've been terribly harmed or are dead. You do see there is a pair that looks like they held their own below the decks. Another Felper who's kind of dressed in like pelts and with robes and traveler's robes, and then this large, imposing person also dressed in a gleaming silver plate mail.
I think Emmy just sort of like plops herself down on the deck to like catch her breath. Like you see her sort of slide down against the smokestack, just taking some deep breaths and going,
Well, that went well, yes.
I'm glad everybody's okay.
Thank you for all the help, Constance. I feel much better after that.
Oh, I'm so glad.
All right.
Once Azara sees that Emmy is okay, she's gonna turn and wander to the new people.
All right, and as we go to do that, let's go to a quick break. We'll be right back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the very first episode of what is going to be our new long-term Wednesday campaign.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah, no
do
more
this
of
next
that
week, too?
confusing bi-weekly bullshit. This is a weekly game now. All right, we'll be right back. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Consider checking out our sponsors. And if you like this cast, say hello. All right.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power, a bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
We're back.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you, Weave the Tail, for the raid.
Perfect timing.
This is perfect timing. This is the premiere of our new campaign. It's like a steampunk high fantasy type deal, right, Chris? That's how I describe it. Called WovenRealm. And the concept here is that the realm is actually two worlds put together. No one really knows it except a few people called Calirvoyants, and that's what our characters are. We were just victorious over Danny Otterman and his gang members, his bandit outlaw gang, and we find yourselves on the deck of the ferry you are still traveling on to Badger Creek. And Izara was going to approach and speak with the latest people to reveal themselves. A Felper dressed in traveling robes and pelts, and a guy in very shiny silver plate mail, and he also is like adorned in pelts. And they both carry, the most striking thing is their swords. They kind of like, when they wear them prominently and proudly.
Any religious or government affiliation symbols on them or anything like that?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me what would be the, like, what kind of, like, what's your background stuff? Give me your backgrounds real quick.
I mean, I've got devout as a religious person. I would know the factions and stuff.
Yeah, give me like an intelligence
would this be
check on that.
Okay, 24.
You recognize, you're asking specifically about their holy symbols?
Yeah, but any government stuff as well.
Yeah,
or any order sigils or something.
Well, because like you're focusing more on the religious aspect.
Yes.
That's how I'm interpreting it. Hold on. Oh shit, I closed that doc. Hold on. I have like 4 different Word docs I need to have open for this, because like I need to actually have like certain lores that are in other documents, because once again we go deep. Izara,
we actually did the reading.
We actually did the reading. Izara, my dear friend, there they are. You would notice that the Tabaxi, the Felper person, they do wear a symbol on like the center of their hood, where their hoods kind of meets, this brooch that kind of features like a black paw print set in starlight. You would recognize this as one of the Tabaxi gods. They are referred to as the Shasta. They are considered the first caravan ever. And they are often considered to be, the Felpers who do worship the Shasta believe that they often traverse the realm in mortal form. And this one is specifically to King Nude, King of the Void. His name in Felper you would not know because you do not speak their language. And on the larger gentleman in silver armor, you see a stag's skull kind of emblazoned on the pommel of his sword, and you recognize that. That's quite a recognizable symbol, much more recognizable.
That one.
You instantly recognize as the sigil, or whatever, the symbol of Marlfax, god of the hunt, nature, and perseverance. Seeing these two religions kind of intermixing with each other, you would recognize this as a culture you've heard of. You've grown up in Old Pashnu, but they're actually further east from you. These are folk who are called the Silverblade Nomads. They're a group of people that exist in the Silver Mist. Their culture formed when exiled Tabaxis and humans, giants, and blade elves kind of formed together to fight off lycanthropes during the Sunless Era. And they still kind of live up to that credos to this day, living a nomadic lifestyle with a strong disdain for werewolves and their kin.
All right, I will approach them. I will bow respectfully.
Oriander, we have a visitor, and this well-put, dark-furred Felper with really striking bright blue eyes turns towards you, lowering their hood, revealing kind of like just this really, just like the chin and the neck are a little bit white, and she has a very kindly, calm demeanor about her. And the larger gent he's still got his helmet on. His helmet's like this metal snarling wolf. And he just kind of looks down. Greetings. I am Oriander Argentwind. And this is my sister, Sapphire of the Moon.
It is an honor to meet Silverblade Nomad. My name is Dazara.
Not often many recognize our culture outside of our territory immediately. Impressive. And Sapphire will hold out a paw for you.
I will shake it.
And Oriander will hold out a large gauntleted hand.
I will shake it.
points towards Shaw. I like the way he fights.
He has an impressive way with violence.
And he takes off his helmet, and it reveals underneath he's not a fellow Felper, he's a human. And he takes off his helmet, kind of holds it to his side. And he, unlike the Felper who has like this slim curved blade, which is very common amongst the Silverblade nomads, he has this large Zweihander styled sword, which is not common amongst their people. And looks like you did number on the bandits up here, huh?
We tried to hold them off. Limited success, I'm afraid.
Well, looks like you did a good number on them. I couldn't help but notice you were traveling with a fellow Felper. Care to introduce? We have a great respect for fellow Felper travelers. And she gives like a deep bow.
Certainly. I will lead them over to my new friends.
So this rather graceful in dark blue traveling robes and some silver armor Felper kind of almost dances up towards the group, and just the thuds of argent armor just kind of follow up behind. Then Oriander underneath the helmet, he's got a very battle-worn face. He's still on the younger side, but he's seen lots of fights. And he has like this beard that's very much got like claw marks and everything in it. This is definitely a guy who has lived up to the name of the Silverblade Nomads just by looking at what little bit of flesh of his you can see. Like he's even like missing like a section of his long hair that was like from it, like this claw mark of hair.
Oh goodness. Might I inquire as to how you got that magnificent scar?
She doesn't know, does she? Looks towards Sapphire. It's our culture we fight lycanthropes as part of what we do. We battle creatures of the night.
Oh, well, it looks like it hurt an awful lot.
Sure did.
Well, thank you for doing what you do.
Yeah, no problem. And Sapphire takes a look at Emmy. Is Emmy, like, I have to ask, are Emmy's ears visible right now?
Right now, yeah. And I think Emmy was probably not even really paying attention to anything because they were still kind of recovering from, like, they slid down to the ground, so now they're, like, using their glaives to, like, pull themselves back up. Like, they're back to moving kind of stiffly again after kicking ass in the fight.
Zara will offer to help them up if they want it.
Thank you very much.
You'll get like a little clawed hand, and I'll let you pull me up.
Thank you very much. It takes a lot out of you.
Sapphire will speak up again. I couldn't help but notice all of your bravery as these creatures were, as these bandits and outlaws were just storming our ferry.
Emmy just sort of looks confused. Does Emmy know if anything about how the Silverblade Nomads would handle an exiled Felper?
Do you recognize these folk as Silverblade Nomads? Were they introduced as Silverblade Nomads?
Not introduced at all, but if they have a pin of a Shasta, though, I think Emmy would clock that pretty quick.
You would recognize Silverblade Nomads due to former affiliations you had. They had often spent time with them. You're not really. Would you be would you have heard about how they feel towards exiles in the?
I don't think any real specifics. I think
right.
probably Emmy's family wouldn't want to give that many specifics, but I don't know.
And the stories were more coming from another party, not Emmy's family. Someone else.
Okay. Yeah. All right, then I don't know. I would leave that to you.
Probably not. Then I would say the individual who I'm leaving unnamed for reasons would not have really shared that with you. They probably maybe weren't even too aware of it, because a lot of like their history is kind of mixed up in legend as well.
Okay.
So, how does Emmy kind of react to the presence of another Felper who's not does not display any signs of being a fellow exile?
I think then if Emmy's not aware too much about how they handle exiles, they like start to answer just out of habit, just like, oh, thank you very, sorry, and like just sort of moving back, like, I'm just gonna...
Sapphire will approach you and be like, "It's okay. We don't. I know you're in exile. That we Silverblade nomads. We do not feel the same towards fellow Felper who are exiled from a caravan. And Orienter's like, yeah. Part of our clan was founded by exiles.
I mean, you know, I heard my bad stats a little bit. It is good to know that.
Sapphire,
It is good to meet you. Hi, I'm Stars of Emerald. You can call me Emmy.
Oh, that's a lovely name. Very evocative of. I guess our parents had the same thing in mind when they named us.
Oh, I mean, well, you know, it is good to honor the old ways when you can.
And I sort of, like, gesture at the Shasta pin.
Yes, Nude. Or as we know him, you and I, we paw prints on the night.
Are you, good, I guess, strong followers?
Yes, my father, the warden, is a very strong follower of King Nude. Oriander here finds himself more in tune with Marlfax, but he's not Felper, so he wouldn't understand. Oriander's over there already, like, kind of, like, flexing towards Shaw, like, trying to, like, and, like, show it, like, they're, like, probably be like, yeah, look at this sword,
Shaw's definitely gonna be like, let me see this.
And it's a massive two-handed Zweihander made out of just pure silver.
This is just overindulgent.
It's good at killing things that only silver can.
Yep, another one.
Tell you what, I like your style. I saw you fighting out there. You ever find yourself in the Silver Mists, I'll be sure to send you the smith that made this.
Just hands it back, and he goes, "A farmer gave me this."
And he actually gently grabs it and kind of pretend fights with it in the air. Kind of tests its weight. This is a well-crafted blade. How did a farmer come across such a thing? And he starts handing it back to you.
Oh no, he was getting razzled pretty fierce one day.
Yeah,
I came up. I ended the wrestling and then he gave it to me.
You have the heart of a Silverblade nomad already. Kind of claps you on the pauldron. The name's Oriander.
My name's Shaw, as far as I know.
It's a good name, strong name.
That's what they call me, so y'all go around killing, what now?
Werewolves.
Werewolves.
Mainly.
Sounds like fun.
And he kind of like shows a lot of the scars all over his face. It has its times. Taps his heart. There's some treatments to help with it.
Is that what brings you this way? Are you pursuing something?
Oh, Oriander and I are on a different kind of hunt. And she kind of gets a little sheepish, and if catfolk could blush, her eyes get really wide as she kind of starts describing what it's a part of a tradition of what we do. We when we are betrothed, we go and find 3 objects to show our bond of love. And so I am on my hunt to find my professions of love, and Oriander, my dear brother, would not let me leave alone because the world beyond the Silver Mist is far scarier than what werewolves have to offer, according to him. I don't know if I agree.
Oh, that is a wonderful mission. I am so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. And she shows the bridal piercing, and it is impressive. I mean, whoever got this for them went all out.
When's the wedding?
What are your 3 objects?
So first of all, the wedding is not for quite some time. We're just betrothed for now. Probably some months away. We wanted the springtime's a lovely time, and the 3 items that we seek, I do need to hunt me a lycanthrope and present its heart to my betrothed.
Oh.
And then I will. Oriander's gonna help me with finding the moon silver to craft our special wedding piercings with.
Oh, moon silver.
Yeah. And since I am not married, since my betrothed is not from the nomads, For her, I am going to be crafting a blade with the silver of the dead haunt caravans in Icadust. And Oriander's just like, yeah, that's the good shit.
Oh, wow. I did not know so much about Felper culture before. This is fascinating.
Oriander just kind of looks annoyed towards Constance.
Oh.
You know, there's a whole bunch of us that aren't Felper that are also nomads, right?
Oh, I am ever so sorry for offending. My apologies. I did not
It's
not
okay.
think.
My dad's a cat. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
He kind of taps you on the shoulder. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, messing with me. Thank you. Oh.
So, Emmy,
Okay.
when you get betrothed, we gonna have to get 3 things or something.
Oh, well, no, well, first of all, congratulations. That is
thank
really wonderful. But
She
you
purrs
know,
as she says thank you.
that is a silver blade nomad custom. My caravan had different ones, but I don't think that is something we'll have to worry about.
Alright, well, if you need help finding something, well, hell, I ain't doing nothing else. He just goes back to swinging his sword.
Thank
I see
you
you
very
have
much.
I see you have your own Oriander that travels with you.
Oh, I suppose so. Shaw and I have been together for a few months now, just, trying to, find some answers to things.
So what brings you all out this way? I mean, we're all on a quest of love. What brings such a formidable folk out this direction towards Edger Creek, of all places?
Oh, we are on a fantastic mission. I would love to tell you all about it. Mother Superior told me that this is our duty to go on this mission. Would you like a pamphlet? I have some right here.
No, if it wasn't clear, holds up the brooch to King Nude. I'm already practicing a religion. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not a religion. Just take one. It's okay. She'll press one a little forcefully into her
Give
hand.
me a charisma check.
Oh my god, amazing.
I would like to apply tries her best to this.
Sure.
If that's
why
okay.
Not? Sure, why not?
A quick question, Alex.
Yeah.
Would I know the deity most relevant to Felper wedding ceremonies? Like a name to invoke for her?
Well, there is always the good old adjudicator who has links to other. There is
No.
King Nude, there is Marlfax, but you could always.
I mean, I'm gonna invoke the maiden if I don't know the Felper one, but...
I was gonna say, you could always just bring up, Affinity. Everyone knows Affinity is great for weddings.
I've been running with Shamiana as, like, a big one for Emmys. Like, just the lore I came up with for stuff.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Sure does.
Okay.
I like it.
I got a 15.
Sapphire of the Moon will begrudgingly accept your pamphlet and put it in a place that obviously she doesn't ever intend to check again.
Yeah, Constance, as soon as it's out of her hands, Constance doesn't care anymore. But we are on a fantastic mission. There's a little bit about it in there, but essentially we are going to save the world.
And Sapphire's just like, oh, well, good for you. Good luck with your journey there. Oriander, I think it's time we should get going. Oriander kind of turns around and just kind of shrugs. They begin kind of making their way away from the group because...
Before they leave, I was gonna say, it was an honor to meet you both, and may the maiden smile upon your upcoming union.
And, do we have your friend there, the one with the brown hair, the brightly dressed one? Perhaps have a chat with her? Anyway, it was an honor to meet you too. Thank you. Good luck in your journey, saving the world, or whatever it is you're doing.
Have a very good hunt, and we wish you every happiness in your betrothal.
Thank you, and may the Shasta forever guide your journey. Gives a slight bow.
As they're walking away, I'm just gonna mouth, "I'm so sorry" to them.
Sorry. All right, so Sapphire of the Moon and Oriander tromp away from you, kind of frightened off by Constance's forwardness.
Over-eagerness?
Maybe. Alrighty. So, things go by. How are we feeling? Do we want to get... Yeah, let's get a ride in the Badger Creek. There we go. So, you begin... The sun has set. The night has cooled. Yes, Shaw.
Is there any chance that we may have attempted to loot the bodies of the ones that we killed?
The one you bashed the skull in? Yeah.
I will say...
Oh, no. I didn't bash any skull in. I cut the goddamn head off.
Unfortunately, these bandits came to rob the ferry.
Aw.
They didn't bring anything with them.
Valid.
I mean, just in case they do have hearts, and he's not quite sure what we're supposed to
no.
be.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No!
Oh no!
What she meant, Shaw.
Oh no!
What? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Everyone else around you is just like, what?
Once he's finished desecrating the corpses, I'm going to start preparing them for a proper funeral, pray for them, etc.
He's not from here, maybe.
It all seemed very chaotic to me, so I thought that I thought we had it in the bag.
It's an easy mistake.
All right, so it is now the day has turned to night. Things have cooled off. You hear the songs of crickets and frogs humming and, making their songs be heard around you. The ferry makes its way into the docks, the marina of Badger Creek. And this is where we can have fun now. Because I made a handy dandy town thingamajig for you. So you arrive in Badger Creek, in the docks, on your ferry. The water laps at the banks of the river, kind of just rhythmically. The ferry kind of lets out a whistle as it comes into shore. Dock hands come, then begin tying the ferry and getting like the wooden walkway, the gangplank ready for you, so people can begin disembarking from the ferry. Beyond the docks, you see this wonderfully charming small town. I have a description written. Here we go. I just have to kind of reverse some of it. So, you arrive along across the banks are verdant hills of the plains, and the water shimmers under the moon and starlight. The marina kind of and the docks take up a large portion of this river section of the town that you arrive in. The area is crowded as you pass through the docks and begin disembarking from the ferry. Most folk you pass seem to not even have the time to even acknowledge your presence, seemingly having somewhere to go, though the odd person will stop to smile and greet you. As you make your way through the docks, it's mainly like a lot of humble houses that line the rivers, kind of as you cross through this fishing village. And across yet another bit of because you're kind of like the docks are built on islands of the river. Then there's the mainland that's connected with this magnificent stone bridge, and you see this market square. Humble houses line the ends of the town, where you also see in the distance farmlands that kind of serve as a barrier and an outskirts to this town. And it grows more dense along the river. A clock tower within this promenade that kind of makes up a major section of the town towers above, marking the time of day for all within the town. Badger Creek is truly a trading town and somewhere to stop while on a journey. Most folk who come here aren't even staying here for very long. Despite the rumors you may have heard, Badger Creek seems rather pleasant. Despite a large portion of the folk not residing here, the town has managed to retain some of its old town charm. Badger Creek is rather noisy. Even with you arriving in the night, there's still the sound of voices, traffic, and all sorts of work and business going about. Smells of smoke and cooking fires fill your senses, as does the smell of the river. And as you're, leaving the island of the marina, you pass by the lighthouse and this rather rickety tavern named and outside there's just this swinging lobster-looking sign, and just in shitty handwriting is painted the tickled crayfish. You pass by an old mill as you begin making your way to the main section of town. So, you are in Badger Creek. Welcome.
Any churches, chapels, temples, etc.?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, because actually, that is the most ominous looking thing, is the large cathedral that appears to be walled off from the rest of town. It looks like it was once a magnificent temple to some god. Zara, Constance, the religious types would immediately recognize this as a temple to the lion-hearted Archon, a god of light, in the pantheon that opposes Marlfaxes. Let's see. And that is the town you are in. You are let loose to go have fun. On the fancy-pantsy, handy-dandy map that you can see, there are numbers to various places. Just kind of tell me what, just kind of roleplay amongst yourselves, kind of arriving in this town, figuring out where you want to go and what makes your first move.
Oh, this is very nice.
Kind of a dump.
Looks mighty expensive.
Follower of the astral star, what would my view on Archeon probably be?
Not terrible. Astral Star is seen as kind of like the overarching deity of everything. Most people who practice the Astral Star are some of the most tolerant and accepting of other religions because of it.
Fantastic. Probably not.
It's Constance's god that has a weird relationship with Archon.
How fun. I'm gonna start making my way towards the cathedral then.
All right. Does anyone else? You can split up here if you want, folks, as you're in this new town. I don't. Split the party. See if I care.
I don't recommend that.
Constance will follow anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any other business here than what we are looking for, so. Right?
I don't have any business either.
Alex, for ease of finding things in the lore documents, how would one spell that name?
Archon?
Yeah.
Mine.
It's not. That's in Chris's.
That's in Chris's. Great.
That helps.
Please.
That helps.
So the group kind of just begins making their way towards the cathedral. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think so.
All
And
right.
it'd be like, oh, maybe after we can get some snacks.
Oh, I do love snacks. Do you think they have soybeans?
Well, I don't know, but I bet we could find some.
Okay.
It's also worth noting. It's also still. It's like nighttime. It's kind of late when you're arriving too.
That's where the best snacks are.
Okay. So
I will trust you to know the snacks.
I am going to ask a guard
Okay.
if I can see one.
Yeah, you probably pass one on one of the bridges. You actually do pass the constable's office on the way to the cathedral.
Is there anybody that needs fighting for silver, or any place I can get silver for fighting?
Sir, this is a peaceable town. I suggest
So Wendy's.
I suggest you head elsewhere if you're looking for violence. Perhaps Maywood's more up your alley.
Am I here for that?
Yeah, you're probably there for that.
Okay, I just left.
Y'all need help keeping it peaceful, cause
You'd actually want to talk to the head constable, chief constable Athena, for that matter.
where they at?
She's it's not her shift, sir. It's quite late. You're gonna have to come back tomorrow.
I ain't got nowhere to go.
Well, there's plenty of inns to stay. There's the Dancing Cat, Grinning Gins, the Tickled Crayfish, if that's your style.
Which is the cheapest one?
Yeah, I ain't got no silver.
All right, you're gonna probably then want to head down over to Grinning Gin's, or Dancing Cat's probably getting full up anyway. Brewer's Day is approaching.
Well,
And
that
which
sounds
one's the
fun.
most expensive?
That'd probably be the Dancing Cat if you get some of the penthouse rooms.
Amazing, thank you.
Zara did not stop. She's still going for the cathedral.
It's not that far from the constable's office. You just kind of walk up the road, over a bridge, past like a few buildings. And it is. It's like part of it is walled off in stone, and then there's like this wooden fence built up along the wooden wall built up along the northern side of the wall, as it looks like parts of the stone wall were destroyed here. And as you approach the gate, there are two individuals standing in front of this gate. They're not wearing the constable's uniform of the dark blue leathers and the dark blue coat, the wool, that wool style coat with the gold brass buttons. These individuals are dressed in armor more, and they just kind of wear more traveler mercenary type clothing. And one of them is a rather striking looking woman. She is not a human. She looks like one, but she has quite the appearance. There it is. At a quick glance, the young woman resembles a human, but upon closer inspection, she has platinum hair and violet eyes that reveal her otherworldly heritage. Sitting next to her is a fellow human, also dressed in a very similar manner. Even though they're dressed like mercenary types, they do wear proper uniforms, very, very much like that kind of old military style. But they are definitely not dressed like constabulary, and they're dressed in a way that makes them look like they're a little more ready for a fight than the average town guard.
Any religious symbols?
None that you can see.
All right. I'll approach them. I'll bow.
And they'll both bow in return, and the woman will speak. And how can we help you?
I noticed that the cathedral was walled off.
Yeah, governor.
I found myself governor's orders.
Yes.
May I ask why?
Well, there was a chaos storm here about 2 weeks ago, and the cathedral hasn't been safe since. There are spirits within the cathedral still, results of the chaos storm. And that's why we're here to take care of such things. You can move along now. And she's kind of like very stern as she's speaking. They both have like blades at their side. The guy has like a halberd that he's kind of resting on.
Wisdom says come back in the morning, so she'll give them a nod, turn on her heel, walk back the way she came, back to the others.
Enjoy.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So I was just gonna go. What makes y'all more prepared to deal with what's in the temple than us?
We're in the Iron Order. It's kind of what we do. Badger Creek believes in order and not just a group of ragtag vagabonds swinging their swords wildly, causing all sorts of collateral damage. They want things done professionally, and that's why we've been called in.
Oh, my form is impeccable.
Doesn't matter what your form looks like, you're not professional. I don't see any guild symbol with you.
How I get a guild symbol?
You join a guild. Who? And then, like she's just kind of like, who are you? Where are you from? Do you not understand how any of this works?
Okay, then I'll be in your guild.
So there's a rigorous training and joining and testing process you need to go through. You have to speak to the Iron Hand about such matters.
Where are they at?
Resting. It's kind of late right now.
Can I just beat one of y'all in a fight and then join your guild?
No, that's not how we do things. So, where in the hells are you from?
I don't know.
All right. I'm so sorry, my friends. Soren will just walk up. What were your names, dear soldiers?
My name is Freya Vargenhelm. I am a lieutenant in the Iron Order, and this here is my compatriot, Franz Tar. And he just kind of, this rather plain-looking guy just, hey.
Hello.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I appreciate you so much providing the
And what's
safety
your
to the
name?
civilians. Oh, I'm Soren. I just wanted to thank you for providing the safety to all of the cities or all of the civilians of Badger Creek. Here, if I may, and I'll tip them both a silver.
And she just kind of like is surprised, almost drops it. Oh, well, thank you, Sir Soren. What brings you fine folks to Badger Creek?
That's a great question. We are trying to find 3 talismans because Emmy is getting married.
Oh, congratulations! That's so exciting. All right, roll a deception check because Emmy's reaction to this.
Yes, but also Constance's immediate reaction is
Can I apply silver tongued, please?
Yes.
I think Emmy just immediately looks kind of panicked to Shaw, who also knows that they won't be able to help keep this up.
24.
well, wait
24?
a second.
Yeah, they're both like, oh my gosh, congratulations.
Yeah, Constance has no idea, so Constance is also like, oh my god,
Oh my
I'm so happy
God.
for you!
She just joined the group. We hadn't told her yet. It was kind of a surprise.
Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so happy to hear all
Yes.
of such a thing. Oh, well, I do hope that that Kiribati does bless Sein wedding.
Yes, well, in Emmy's culture, it's actually tradition to bring the eternal light from Archon that he brought to the world, and we were really hoping to get in, but I understand.
So, as much as we would love to let you enter, the temple is non-functioning. There are no clerics there. There is no Archon. There's only whatever spirits were left behind by Chaos Storm, but we in the Iron Order will have such things handled.
Completely understand, and I trust you to do your absolute best, but it was a pleasure meeting you both, and I hope you have a great evening.
I hope you have a swell evening as well, Mr. Soren.
And I'm going to study their faces real good. And I'm going to leave.
Don't worry, Freya's a face that is very difficult to forget. Fran's, on the other hand, he's a rather plain-looking person.
Okay, I'm gonna
Sean,
study Freya then.
Gonna raise his hand one more time.
Oh, dear gods. Yes.
If I go in the temple, what you gonna do about it?
Sir, the temple is walled off. You can't enter. You would be arrested. And then have to go to the courthouse for trespassing.
I definitely don't have enough silver.
Yeah, sure, maybe we should not break the law here.
Freya will lean up towards Soren and get kind of close and whisper, look, if you're trying to get in, you need to either get permission from the constable or the governor, okay?
Yes, I'm so sorry about them. They're new. It's not the normal group I travel with, but...
Honestly, I just think this law's stupid.
Look, it's just... you're not gonna find...
It is important to respect sacred spaces, Shaw.
Yes,
You're not
laws are
going-
put in place for a reason. We must follow the rules.
And the Franz will speak up. Yeah, and the temple's desecrated anyway. The Chaos
Right.
Storm took care of that.
Zara visibly like twitches. She's like,
The chaos.
All right, we'll speak to the governor. Thank you so much again for your hard work.
Well, thank you, sir. And you stay safe. And the Franz will walk up to you and hand you like a voucher. Look, get your drinks for free at the Dancing Cat. Just get this guy out of here. Points at Shaw.
Shaw, look, free drinks, and I'm gonna kind of like hold it up to him.
Can I use one of my backgrounds? With
What's your
this
background?
I just had it. Yes, here it is. Can I just want to stare down the head of the of this guild with Daunting Warrior.
All right. Go ahead and roll me like a charisma type or strength type check.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Franz is visibly shaken. Freya, she has an iron will, and she's just kind of like she flinches a little bit, but that's about it. And it's like, she's much smaller than you, Shaw. She's like half your size, and she's not even in plate mail. But she's like a little terrier. She thinks she could take you.
mad respect. Let's go!
I'm
Just
using
leave.
the drink, I'm
Just
using the
leave
drink
this.
voucher myself.
Just
Uh,
lingers before walking out.
So you'll have to make your way through what is now kind of like the closed up market district, the market square. You do pass by the governor's manor and some shops. We'll get to those in a bit.
I want my hit points and spells back before I go fight ghosts.
So you make your way to the Dancing Cat Tavern and Inn. It's a large building. It kind of is. So the promenade's interesting, where it's like built up on multiple layers of stone walkways and stuff. So some buildings like have multiple levels that open up, and the Dancing Cat actually stands tallly. It's probably almost as tall as the temple itself. It's a large tavern, and it makes sense coming from the town that mainly serves as a pit stop for traders, merchants, and travelers. So you make your way into the Dancing Cat Tavern. It's this large space. There's a stage set up in the center of the inn. You enter on the second floor here. There are cats kind of like jumping around a table, and there's people like the tavern's very crowded. There are people all over this place. There's tables everywhere. Some tables are made just from like they've repurposed like sawed old barrels in half just to make some tables and quick stools because like they needed the seating for tonight, especially in preparation for Brewers Day, which is in a few days from now. And as you enter, you see tavern servers and there's food coming out. There's a large cooking fire too. That's kind of on one of the sides of the Dancing Cat, and there's like even seats around the cooking fire for tender, warm, loungy feelings.
Oh, this looks very nice.
It is so crowded in here. There are so many people. How do
It's actually custom to go introduce yourself to every single person when you're new to a space, Constance.
Oh. Is
That's a
that
lie.
true?
No.
That's gonna be exhausting.
Oh,
That's a
well,
lie.
Then I suppose I should start now if I'm going to
Constance.
get tired.
Constance. He's lying to you.
Well, Soren, why would you? You wouldn't lie.
It's like a joke. It's like a you'd have to be there.
I mean,
Okay.
You did say Emmy's getting married.
Oh yes. By the way, congratulations, Emmy. I am very happy for you.
No,
I'm not getting married.
Oh.
So
That was another lie.
That was okay.
And as you're talking, a halfling walks up. Welcome to the Dancing Cat Tavern and Inn. May I find you a table?
Oh, hello. I am Constance. It is very nice to meet you.
Oh, it is so nice to meet you. My name is Cornflower Sweet Rose.
Oh, that is such a lovely name, Cornflower Sweet Rose. That is beautiful.
Oh,
Now,
thank you.
my friends and I would love to have a table, and if you wouldn't mind.
Oh yes, of course. Right this way. Would you be preferred to be by the fire, closer to the bar, closer to the stage?
It does not matter to me. What do you all think?
Now here, I'm gonna tell it to you straight, Cornflower. I ain't got no silver, but if you need somebody fought, I can fight in lieu of silver.
There will be no fighting here. We are a peaceful establishment.
I'm only if you need someone fought.
I'm hoping not. If anything, we'll call the constable.
Oh.
I still have a little silver left, so I can get us something to eat.
All right.
Oh,
Alright.
we need to trade these for food. They do not just share.
Is anyone going to be using any vouchers tonight? And finds you a nice seat kind of in between everything. You're kind of just in the middle of this tavern.
Yes, we've got this drink voucher.
Oh, free drinks for the table for tonight, then. That is, so swell. Are you going to be getting a room as well? Because a meal does come with the room.
How much are the rooms?
It
yes.
depends. Are you looking for your average, just your bunk for the night? Or are you looking for something a little more lavish? I thought I heard a talk of a wedding coming up.
Average is fine.
Okay,
Yeah, just regular rooms, please.
2 silver a room, then.
So I'll take my own. I'll pay for it.
Alright.
Okay, shall we can bunk if you would like, save up some silver?
Yeah, that seemed like a good idea.
Constance, would you like to share?
I was just about to ask you the same thing.
Well, 3 rooms, that'll be 6 silver and a meal. Tonight's special. Unfortunately, the wardens have been running a little low lately on boar meat and other game. So it's gonna be chicken and or you could have a steak tonight.
Well, now hold on.
What?
These chickens.
Yes. All happily farmed raised here in Badger Creek.
Were they put down proper?
Of course, we slaughter in the most humane way possible here.
And not nowhere near Druid Grove, right?
You'd have to go south for that, sir.
All
Do
right.
you have any vegetarian options?
Oh, yes, we do. I could get you there is the Randy Swiftfoot portobellos that we did get in last week. And just a shipment yesterday as well. These things are so good. Or a salad. I could get you a house salad as well.
Portobello sounds fine. Thank you.
Okay. And drinks. What are we having for drinks, dear folks? We've got all kinds of things, especially with Brewer's Day coming up. If you come on Brewer's Day, we got some orcish brew coming in.
Water
What?
for me, please.
What is an orcish brew?
A very strong beer, high quality.
What is
Are
a
actually
beer?
very good.
Sir, a beer is a beverage that you drink. If you have too many, it makes you feel funny.
Well, how many is too many?
Well, it depends. You're
15.
a large fellow. Yeah, 15. Yeah, that's a good number.
15?
14, completely fine.
Well, I bet you I can handle 15.
We'll see. Your drink voucher is good. There is no maximum on the drinks.
Then bring me 20.
Sir, I'll bring them out as you finish them. We don't want to waste good ale now.
Do you happen to have some juice,
yes,
or perhaps warm broth, or maybe some soybeans?
No warm broth. I can bring you some cranberry juice. It's the menus, the portobellos, the salad,
Oh yes.
steak or chicken.
The portobello sounds lovely.
Then I will bring that out for you. And for you, Felper.
Oh, the meal was with the rooms, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I will have the steak, please, and I'll have an ale as well.
Okay. And for you,
Thank you very much.
High roller, Mr. I need my own room. The
Great,
diva.
I'm so glad you asked, actually. Are there any heated towels available?
If you want to upgrade your room for an extra 2 silver, I could get you the VIP experience.
Very affordable, I'll take that. But I'll also have the steak, and I also need the strongest alcohol you have, because I'm at a table with these guys.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
in terms of strong alcohol, I did get this wonderful vodka straight out of the northeastern reaches of Wolfgoth. How does that sound to you?
I'm sold.
All right, I'll be back with yes,
What,
sir.
drinks have strength?
Yes, alcohol content.
Oh, that is a very good question. Do they also have other statistics, such as maybe dexterity?
Look, I'm just a tavern owner.
Does it take strength to drink these drinks?
Look, I'm just gonna come. I'll be back with your food and your drinks.
I would like the strongest drink you have.
All right, I will bring you a vodka as well. I've got other tables I need to get to.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna
We
give her
are
that.
very
I'm so
sorry
sorry.
for keeping you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I apologize on behalf of the entire table.
And she just kind of gives like a very hasty bow and gives she does go to like another table. And then she goes, I'm so sorry about that. Now what can I get you? And you kind of, you wait and you'll eventually get your food and your drinks as you're kind of just mingling with each other.
So tell me about this alcohol strength.
Well,
Yes, I want to hear about it.
We do not drink at Eternal Trust, so I do not know much about alcohol.
so I'm just gonna guess really quick. Constance doesn't drink. I'm just gonna guess by
I
Azara's
just
vibe
said
that she
that.
doesn't drink.
No.
Shaw, new to alcohol. Emmy?
Well, every now and then I will have, a few drinks or something like to celebrate, or I try not to have like too much all the time, but it has been a while and a very hard day. So, and I mean, if they are free tonight, then I don't know when I will have a silver again, or.
Of course.
So we
Shaw,
can relax here. Yes,
alcohol-
it seems safe.
Yes, I think we're in good hands. So, Shaw, alcohol strength is. You remember earlier when you chopped that guy's head off?
Yes, it was fluid, slick, efficient.
So, about 5 of the drinks that we're about to have are what you did to that poor man.
They will decapitate me.
In the next morning, yes.
So, after I drink these, I need to prepare in my sleep for battle in the morning.
Exactly. That is exactly how alcohol works.
Maybe just like drink some water. That's pretty much the only prep I think you'll need to do.
This sounds very confusing. I understand why we do not partake in this.
Alcohol senses and impairs the judgment.
It is true.
Oh, that must
That's
be
the
why.
whole point.
Yes.
It's irresponsible.
So it's a brew that will weaken me and then send assassins to decapitate me in the morning.
That does not sound very pleasant.
This sounds like a challenge.
It is pleasant while it actually happens, and then it kind of sucks when you're recovering the next day.
I pray
Meanwhile,
that
Abby,
whatever
as you're
assassin
saying
they
that-
send is their best.
Abby, as you're saying that, you catch a sweet, sweet whiff of that righteous herb coming from one of the tables, like that's kind of close to you. You see like this large, yeti, furry, giant figure and an ogre type sitting next to him, and they're just like puffing on these large pipes, and they're just laughing, having a jolly good time.
Oh, now that just smells wonderful. I don't have anything that good anymore. Most of it has been turned into oils. I'm just sort of like talking to myself out loud, thinking.
They both turn to you. Oh, you gotta get Rutherford. He's got the good shit, mate.
Where could I find this Rutherford if I need some supplies?
Yo, mate, Rutherford, he's usually partying up at the Spire of the First King with Duke Nettle.
Oh, he sounds very important then.
He's
Okay,
just a
well.
swamp giant, he ain't important, he's just growing weed, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose then if we are ever going near the spire, it would be great to stop by. I always need some better equipment.
So, like, this scruffy brown yeti, the creature, just kind of saunters up towards you, the ogre sauntering up next to him. They both kind of look around. Look, you sound like you're new to Rutherford shit. So they just kind of give you a little dime bag, like the equivalent of a fantasy dime
A
bag.
copper bag.
Yeah, a copper bag. They just kind of lay it in your paw.
Oh, well, everybody here is so friendly. Thank you.
Look, let us tell you something. If you're gonna be a connoisseur, you gotta smoke the giant kin shit.
Oh, I only have some of this leftover stuff from back when I was in Dragon's Den. Have you ever had the orcish herbs?
Yeah, they're not as good as the giant stuff.
Oh, really? I will have to give that a try then. Thank you.
Yeah, Rutherford grows good shit, but if you ever find yourself up north, us Yetis, righteous.
Oh, well, I will certainly keep that in mind.
Yeah, Bool and Yang, bless your tokes.
You too, my friend. I don't think I know who that is. I just like whisper to the others.
As that was all going on, Constance just like leans over to Zara and asks, why would one purposefully grow weeds?
Oh, I know this one. I can answer that for you.
I don't know if I could hear or not.
I think Lucy
yeah,
cut
Lucy,
out
you
for a
cut
second.
out.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Zara looks blank. I don't know. We had dandelions. Those were nice.
Yeah, dandelions do make a good salad. Maybe that is it. Maybe they
You
are
could
making
make wishes
salad.
on them. I don't.
Oh, that must be it. Wishes and salad. Thank you. I did not think of that perspective before.
Meanwhile, Emmy's already rolling something at the table.
You just see Shaw's just like
I can just imagine Shaw's just like.
Shaw would know by now. Emmy's gotta like medicate before they eat anyway. So.
See, Azara knows about alcohol because the abbess was just not fun about anything. Doesn't really know about drugs. Quite perplexed.
A weed, cannabis, also called tuft leaf, because
Nope.
halflings are very well known for their love of the leaf. But it is true, the Giantkin are legendary for two strains, the Righteous Herb and Swamp Log.
Amazing.
Swamp log.
Look, this fantasy setting goes deep. They even have their own pot strains, okay?
Hey, if it worked for Tolkien, it can work for us.
Right. So, like, right now you got Swamp Log, and Swamp Log is very well known as a high-quality strain and will probably knock you on your ass.
Nice. I don't know. I mean, if Emmy's got some Sam level
Tolerance.
Yeah. So Emmy
for the
totally is
average.
just medicating while we wait for our food, and we'll share with Shaw.
And I
We'll
will
sort
note,
of hold it out to everybody else, just be like, I don't know if you need this.
No, thank you.
Okay.
It is rather fragrant, but you may keep it.
Okay.
and I will note, it's very acceptable in this society. Like, no one cares.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the governor's business what people smoke in their pipes.
Shaw just holds the steak face for like way too long, like.
Nah, now that we're like inside someplace and getting ready sort of for the evening, Emmy's like starting to relax more. Like while we wait for food, she's like medicating, and we'll start. She's actually gonna add some liquid oil into her beer as she drinks.
Nice.
She's like adding a tincture into it.
Yeah, you'll eventually get your food, and you'll note that you also do get a side of a soup. It's like an onion-based soup
Ooh.
with like a vegetable broth. So that's a halfling special, actually. And also you do get a little side salad as well with your meals. So you do get the full meal as
Lovely.
promised. And you do get your drinks. It's actually very good food. And the entertainment tonight, after the cats, is a set of dwarf bards. They are singing old dwarven battle songs for the crowd tonight.
Constance is like digging in. Like she started off very, very proper, like eating very, very, with the fork and the knife and everything. And then like the food hits her mouth for the first time, and it's not like freaking soybeans or mutton, and it's amazing. So yeah, she's just going ham on this soup, just slurping it down, like kind of gross.
Azara looks mildly horrified by the lack of table manners.
It's
She's trying really hard not to show it, but she's like,
Oh yeah. There's no table manners on Shaw's side, and he immediately asked for more of his drink as he made a point to like stare her in the eye and drink them all while she was still there.
Give me a constitution.
Let's
check.
go.
Oh no! This is where the real fun happens in the CC campaigns. Is
It's
when we
so
send
good.
the characters to a tavern.
Okay. Okay, 17. Plus his level, I think, which is 18 plus his constitution, 19, 20.
Soren, I mean not Soren. Shaw, you are. It's water at this point. Just. Sir, I have you had quite enough yet? I'm sure you must be feeling something. Okay, understood more. And as you're sitting there, Soren, you hear a young woman's voice. Soren Silverthorn, is that you? You son of a bitch.
All right, real quick before she comes over, I'm going to tell some lies. Nobody talk.
So Soren, when you turn
Can't
around,
talk. Too busy eating.
Good, great. Keep.
So Soren, when you
Have
turn
mine.
around, you
Oh,
see
okay.
You see the auburn-haired daughter of one of the daughters of Governor Thomas Strong. This is young Allison Strong. You know her. You recognize her. Soren, and she runs up, gives you a kiss on the cheek immediately. I didn't think you were coming back. You said you were. Last I checked, you said fucking off to Travenza. I believe that was the term you used.
That does sound like me. It is so good to see you, though. I know it's only been a little while, but how fares the town?
Oh, Father's still, as she gets in real close, Father's been real upset lately. Isabella, ran off.
She ran off.
Yeah. Now, you also know Isabella Soren, of course. You know both of them intimately. You're the bard.
It was one day.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, Father, it's really got Father up in... Anyway, I was gonna say you should come by tomorrow. Maybe you could help out. And Father always liked you.
I'm so glad he has that feeling. It's mutual. Yeah, I think that we have a pretty full day. Frankly, we're gonna. Emmy's getting married. And yeah.
That's so exciting. That's the wedding.
Oh well, they're a little nervous. They don't like to talk about it. So.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. The wedding is in 4 weeks, and we're just kind of hunting for their the trinket they have to give their betrothed. Is all.
Oh, that's lovely. And Allison is a pretty girl. She's very bouncy, and it's like almost like Constance if Constance wasn't so strange.
That's one way to put it.
Clear thought. Sorry, did you say the governor was your father?
Oh yes, I am Allison Strong. My father's governor, Thomas Strong.
A pleasure to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I hate to ask this considering you seem to be here to have fun, but I was wondering if I might be able to get a meeting with the governor.
Well, if we are with Soren, my father loves Soren. He'll make time for you if you're with Soren.
Thank you very much. That would be wonderful.
Yes.
For that, I'm already opening doors for you all, and then I'll turn back to Allison.
Yes, you planning on staying a while?
A few days, probably, yes. We're in town. I was gonna ask, I'm so glad you found me first. I was gonna ask if I could meet with your father as well. This is my traveling companion, Azara. We're trying to get into the church that had that situation the other day.
She kind of loses that happy, bouncy demeanor. You don't want to go in there.
Well, unfortunately, that's where Emmy's trinket is. It's a real catch-22.
Besides, Azara taps the symbol of the astral. She actually has a couple. She's one like up on the corner of her coat and one on her belt. She taps it.
Well,
I have a duty as a member of the Order of the Astral Star to investigate such matters.
Well, it's not an Astral Star church, so you don't have any jurisdiction, unfortunately.
Y'all bust out laughing.
Did you tell me to roll something?
Yeah, could you roll me the equivalent of your lying check?
Silver tongue, you got it.
Yep, just silver tongue every time.
15.
Allison's just kind of Soren, I'm not that foolish. Come on.
Oh, I know. I shouldn't have tried to get that by you. We're investigating something, and it's honestly best if I leave out some details. But
Soren, come on, you can trust me, and Father. If you gave a good case to Father, and you told me what it was about, I could maybe butter him up for you.
That's true. I do tell you everything. I'm sorry. It's just been some time since we've spoken.
You're just groggy from the road, dear.
True. Very true. You've always been able to read me. Yes. So we're investigating chaos magic, and it seems that has befallen our duty. We're working for a woman in Trevenza who has hired us to do so.
Oh, are you talking about Mr. Crawford's business associate?
Am I?
Soren, yeah, you probably know that Jewel Crawford's the local magic purveyor, trader, and collector.
Yes, the very same. We are under her employment now, and...
Oh, perhaps you should talk to Mr. Crawford, then.
Is he in town?
Yeah, it's the shop. He's gonna be open tomorrow.
Fantastic. Always enjoy talking to him.
It's right across from my place, and so you could go there and go see my father, and... Wow, look at that! You should stay more. You should visit more, Soren. This is fun.
I really should. I don't know why I don't.
Come, and she begins tugging you by the arm. I'm buying you a drink, mister.
That sounds great. See ya, guys.
So Allison takes Soren off. Soren, I will let you try and, get the drinks flowing, try and get some more answers or things you like. But I'll leave the party as Soren gets dragged away to drink with Allison.
Well, that was weird, right?
Very bizarre.
I've got to be honest. I can't tell when he's lying or when he's telling the truth.
He's really good at it.
It is
He
nice
is very
that
good at it.
it is very good that he has friends in the area. That would be very helpful.
Friends.
It is good. I mean, we needed to see the governor anyway, so that works, right?
I mean, yeah. I don't know how many more times you can get married, Emmy.
What is jurisdiction?
Emma just slides down in their chair and grabs Shaw's drink to finish it.
Do any of you know?
Oh, right,
No.
jurisdiction. That means you ain't got permission to do something, but generally I find that when people tell you you ain't got permission to do something, they're usually quoting a book or like some piece of paper. And
Why would I need permission to help?
I got the idea that maybe it was whatever clerics do run that church asked for whoever what was it? The Iron Order? Is that who we saw?
That's
I think
right.
they were already hired or asked, and I don't know. People get weird when you, bring in outside help.
But I want to
Yeah.
help.
Oh, I know, and I am sure that we could. I mean,
But I don't think they want us to is the thing, though.
but maybe if we speak to the governor, we can tell them about helping the boat earlier, and maybe then he'll know that we'll be able to do some good things.
That's so confusing. Why would you turn away help?
People, I don't know, they are very prideful a lot of the time, I think, and if somebody who they did not ask for help helps, then maybe they feel lesser.
Why?
Yeah.
No, people are weird. I don't really think that way, but I do notice others do.
Like, I think what it is like, I think they might be making some sort of silver off of it, and if somebody ups and does it for free, then they might not get the silver for it because it was already done free of
Oh.
charge.
People do get really weird about money.
Yeah, they get real weird about it.
But that's so selfish.
Well, yeah.
Maybe we will be able to help, and, then it won't matter, and they'll know that we are super useful. And then you can get inside the church.
I mean, I'm taking it as a personal challenge now. So I'm gonna get in that church.
Yeah, we're not leaving until he gets in there now.
Yeah, it's personal now.
Well, maybe we can at least try to do it a nice way first.
Oh yeah, of course. That's why we're gonna go talk to this here mayor after the young lady is done with our compatriot.
Yeah, I mean, it is late, so I would think we would need to go see the governor not till tomorrow, so we might as well relax tonight.
Sounds like a plan. But first, I need to finish drinking these 20 here drinks and get ready for the assassin.
Well, this one is mine now. I just hold on to the one I took from him.
19 drinks.
I feel like at this point, too, Emmy has already finished one because every time a wedding gets mentioned, they just pound whatever is in their hands. So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
So the night goes on. You have a lovely evening of drinks and fun. Soren, Allison offers to take you back home.
Well,
with
I
her.
have to keep talking to her, so.
Yeah, we'll so you're walking through the lamplit streets, the gas lamplit streets of Badger Creek with Allison. You're kind of both drunkenly, tipsily moseying through the promenade through Market Square. She's like, and there's Jewel Crawford's place. didn't think you'd forget it. And she boops you on the
Nope,
nose.
I remember that. Listen, what happened while I was gone? It seems so different. The atmosphere's changed. It was like a party town. It's still a party town, but
Soren, things haven't been the same since the Chaos Storm.
yes, tell me about that experience. What was it like?
It was scary. It was terrifying, and I think it's why Father thinks Isabella ran away, but I have other ideas about what happened, Soren. Other ideas, and I don't like where those ideas lead.
And are those about Isabella or the Chaos Storm or both?
Perhaps both? I think it is related. I think Father's right. Isabella's disappearance is related, but I don't know what's going on. Your journal is really confusing. Like, I can show it to you tomorrow. Perhaps, perhaps we should grab a room somewhere else. Father would be very upset if he caught you sneaking in with me, me sneaking you into the house.
Of course, I already paid for mine.
Oh,
so.
perfect. Let's go back to the... I'm sorry I dragged you out all this way. It's just...
No, you're totally fine. I would love to see that journal and help in any way I can.
Yeah, if you can please help Soren in any way, find her, or just at least I would like to know what... I want to make sure she's okay.
We'll find her. They might not look it, but I did have one fight with those four at the table with me, and they were all pretty competent, I guess. Not as much as me, obviously, but there was some level of competency there, so...
See, but I don't think it's fighting we need to worry about. I can't shake this feeling that something is dreadfully wrong. You ever feel like you see things that play tricks on your mind, Soren?
Yeah, I read a whole book about that once, if you'd believe it.
Oh, yeah, I swear sometimes before Isabella disappeared, I swear I used to see someone coming around at night, but I can't really recall. I don't know, it was someone or something. I don't know. Perhaps my brain's just addled with alcohol at this point, and I'm just a silly woman who's fallen hopelessly in love with Mr. And she kind of like collapses into you. Soren Silverthorn, you handsome devil.
I'm just gonna carry her to her bed, or the inn's bed,
Yeah,
and
to
just
the
leave her
inn's bed.
there.
Yeah, just... And as you put her to bed...
Not rudely, just,
Is it true what they say? That you're related to Malakath somehow?
Oh, no, first of all.
I'm just being silly, Soren. Why don't you... I'll see you in the morning. And she just passes out.
Yes, good night, my dear. Someday I'll tell you the story.
And that, I believe, is a perfect place to end the premiere episode of WovenRealm. Time has flown by because I was having so much fun. I
don't want it to be over.
Hey,
But the best-
weekly.
But we'll be
Weekly!
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for the premiere episode of WovenRealm, A Call to Adventure. This is a 13th Age actual play. We are official independent 13th Age broadcasters with the full blessings of the developers and the publisher, Pelgrane Press. Do keep your eyes on that stuff if you're interested more in the system and stuff. Maybe some cool stuff coming that way. Other things to note, that we are hoping to be adding art, fancy character art to the overlay to help give you more of an idea of what these disaster fires look like. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, cast. This has been an absolute pleasure so far to play. I really look forward to what this campaign holds in the future. Shall we just, I usually would go around and say things about myself, but just come back next Wednesday, 7 p.m. EST, 6 p.m. CST for episode 2 of WovenRealm. Things are going to get fun. We're starting to dive into the intrigue of Badger Creek, so I'm really excited. As next time on WovenRealm, we start to dig into perhaps the disappearance of Isabella Strong. Anyway, I guess we could just kind of go around real quick. Just tell us who you are, where else we could maybe find you, if we can find you, where else. Maybe like just a few a tidbit or two about maybe other things you're working on. We'll start with Noir to my right here on the overlay. We'll just kind of go around in a little weird circle thing.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as the Noir Enigma. I am putting out weekly YouTube videos, the first of which just dropped today, which is a GM's tip video about making your table more welcoming, because we need to make sure that we consider everybody at the table to grow our hobby. You can also find me every Monday at Roll20, where I produce and play in Kids on Bikes. And we just got announced for season 2 of Cobalt Presses Into the Southlands. So I'll be GMing that again with my fantastic crew. But that's me.
Thank you. Sam, you're up next.
Hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I am TheSamWiseGameG here on Twitch. I am the accessibility director here at the Chromatic Chimera. This is pretty much where you can find me all the time. Follow me on Twitter because I do have some things coming out soon that I can't talk about just yet. And otherwise on Monday I'll be here with the folks of No Initiative for our season 4 premiere of Quest the Soaring City. So make sure to come and check that out. It's gonna be awesome.
Woo. AJ.
Hello, I am AJ and I play Constance here, and I am our creative director. I made the overlay, and if you like dice, I post dice occasionally at Jawbreaker Dice on Twitter that I make. So yeah, cool, do that. Meow.
All right, Lucy.
Sorry, I was showing off my AJ dice. Aren't they pretty?
They are very.
Everyone's gonna be getting theirs very soon. Everybody will have matching dice.
They're gorgeous. I love them. So I'm here every Wednesday. I am also playing D&D 5th edition every Thursday over on Fat Dragon Gaming, where I run Ladies Legacy, our pirate themed campaign. Tomorrow we are not having Ladies Legacy. We are doing a Jedi Old Republic one-shot, where my players will be investigating a theft from the planet of Ilum, so that should be fun. Let's see, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bluebird Draws, and on TikTok at LucyBlue66. I have a podcast called Odyssey Exploration and Research. You can find it basically wherever you can find podcasts, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And I play every Saturday at 2:30 Eastern. I play BioShock on Fat Dragon Gaming, and at 7:30 Eastern, I play as Jayara, the Twi'lek operative in our Scum and Villainy Star Wars campaign. I think that's it.
All right, Chris.
Hey, I'm Chris. This is all I'm doing right now, really. So come back next Wednesday to see my asshole character.
We love him.
We love one. To have the confidence of a Chris character would truly be a fucking gift.
But I aspire to.
It's a curse.
One day.
It was so perfect that he was the last one to arrive at Madame Curio's.
And late. So anyway, before we dive in, we can do a quick post-session chat after if we want to stay live and do a post-session chat real quick, we could do that. But I just want to say, you don't have to do it right now, but if you are interested in checking out the system we are playing, we enjoy it a lot. I was actually talking with my friends over the break about how much I love this damn game. We do have, since we are independent 13th Age broadcasters, we do have a discount code with them for their 13th Age products. The code is Chromatic. And I do, if you are interested, it's a fun system. Highly recommend it. We'll be working on getting a lot of the mechanics in there. And the game's really wonderful in that the game's built to put in other mechanics and like fudge with it. Anyway, I'm Mr. Puddins. I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter there. I've been really busy with stuff lately, so I haven't been as active as I would like to be. But this is basically where all my effort's gonna be, so just come by Wednesdays. Anyway, post-session chat. We could stay live for like, I don't know, a few minutes and just talk about the fun we had.
I mean, I'm up for whatever. If we don't do it live, I'll be hanging out to talk about it.
Yeah.
Not live, so.
Yeah, right. I mean, well, before we go do a raid, does anyone in chat have any questions about like the game, the setting, the lore, character
Yeah.
stuff?
You can also always join our Discord
Yeah, we
to
do
talk
have a
about the
fancy
game between
Discord.
sessions, because I know I'm gonna be in there like dorking out over all of this. So
Yes. And and then also do not forget, all of our VODs do get uploaded to our YouTube. It's kind of like this giant archive of everything we've ever done. So if you do want to check out Agora's Bells and Steam Spell, the games that kind of built the setting for WovenRealm, that's how I'm gonna word it. They built the setting. I do highly recommend checking those out. Those were wonderful games, and all of our other content on there. We're why cute? Because Tyler, we're chromatic cuties. That's why. We're gonna go raid some friends. I'm actually realizing I'm tired and want to sign off because
That's fair.
that's fair. Running games is actually very exhausting. I'm realizing at this very moment. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. Perhaps next time we'll have a little post-session chat, maybe. But anyway, thank you everyone. It's been
Bye,
fun.
guys.
See
thank
you
you,
for episode
everyone.
2.
Bye. See y'all later.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious